Yeah, but he was doing this at James Madison.
And we're live, I believe.
All right, here we go. No conspiracy theories here. Watch a long time. Look at this. We have a special guest here for Watch a Long Time. Mike Renner joining us. Hi, Mike. Say hi to the crowd.
Hello, everybody.
We're going old school here. We got to pass the microphone around here. But we're hanging out for the national title game. Forcing Sam to watch. Mike, we have to educate Sam.
Oh, yeah. How many guys do you know? Like, off the top of your head, how many can you name from this game? Right?
2.
Okay, good. Hot start.
Mike, give us the breakdown. Who are we watching tonight?
I mean, Fernando Mendoza, obviously, I don't think he needs to have a great game to go number one overall, but he's the headliner. I think the next highest drafted prospect is going to be someone from Miami, either Francis Mauigoa, their right tackle, or Ruben Bane, their defensive end. Both are top 10 picks, most likely. Mauigoa maybe a little less secure there than Bane, but
And now I'm out.
Miami's D-line is very good. That's the reason they're here. They have a number of prospects on it. Ahmad Moten, their DT, Keem Mesidor, another defensive end. Keontae Scott, also their slot corner. I think they're all 4 of those guys are top 50 guys on my board. So Miami very talented defensively, not as much offensively.
O-line, they're trying to get physical up front, Miami.
Yeah.
In Indiana, I think I like their skill position players. I like Omar Cooper. I like Elijah Surratt.
So how many of the rest of these, because obviously Mendoza's worked his way to being presumably the number 1 overall pick at this point, how many other players from this supposedly no-name, no-star Indiana team have worked their way to being high draft picks?
You take it.
I think they have at least 3 other top 100 picks on their offense, if not more. The 2 wide receivers they mentioned, Omar Cooper, Elijah Surratt, I think are firm top 100 picks at this point. That guy right there, Carter Smith, their left tackle.
He could play.
I feel like he's going to be a top 100 pick. Might be an interior offensive lineman, but he's been very good this year. Outside of that, I think it's more the no-name defense that's actually crazier. They don't have top prospects on defense. They don't have what Miami does with their defensive line, yet they've really punched above their weight class.
Yeah.
I mean, they shut down Ohio State. They've shut down basically everybody all year long.
So even now, despite that defense playing out of its mind, they don't have prospects, like high-end prospects on it?
No, D'Angelo Ponce is their best player, I'd say, but he's a 5'9", 170-pound corner. So, like, it wouldn't surprise me if, he's their best player and goes in the 5th round. Right? So there's just not a lot of true dudes on the defense, but they've been outstanding. So the conspiracy theories are running wild because of it.
Nice.
We're not going to get into the latest conspiracies here. So we invited Mike down to hang out, give his insight. We don't have the third mic set up, so just bear with us. We're dealing, scratching the surface of professionalism still here.
Nor do
Sam?
we have the score bug because YouTube TV's anti-piracy thing is better than Amazon's. So we're without that again.
But we'll do our best to keep you updated with the action. We got pregame interviews here. Holly Rowe talking to Kurt Signetti. We won't be able to get Kirk's analysis here, Sam.
No, it's a shame.
We won't be able to hear it. So you guys are stuck with us. Are you going to mute Kirk, listen to us, I assume?
Now, how long do you think this game's going to go?
Oh, it's like a good 4 hours.
Perfect.
College football. No, it's a little different. It's not as long as it used to be, Mike. Remember they used to stop the clock on every first down. Games are much quicker now, but they're like, we're going to have one of those the entire segment as a kickoff. We're going to do commercial, touchback, commercial, old school like the NFL killed.
Mm-hmm.
So, you gonna see you at the Senior Bowl next week?
I'll be there.
What are we looking forward to? We're gonna talk some prospects this week as well.
Oh, yeah. What day is it? Wednesday? We're doing prospects?
We'll do a little pre-record Wednesday and give everybody a Shrine and Senior Bowl preview, just All-Star game preview.
You going to Shrine as well?
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, he's on the board there.
That's true.
He's on the staff.
I forgot.
So
Where's that now? They've moved it right from the
Frisco.
Oh, it's
Texas.
still at Frisco.
Yeah. I think that's
At the Star or
Yes, this year it is.
here, take the mic.
Last year it got
that was it. They got
bumped
moved
by a tennis tournament.
Yeah.
Every time I hand it, it's not ideal.
That's what it was. They moved it last year. They got bumped from the Star last year.
All right, who do we want to win?
I mean, it's got to be Indiana, right? You gotta
Indiana. I'm going my
complete-
preseason model, Indiana.
You have to complete the thing. Otherwise, what are we doing?
See, I obviously love Kurt Signetti. I absolutely love Fernando Mendoza, but I can't have a team in Indiana that's not Notre Dame win a national championship before Notre Dame. And I hate Carson Beck. I mean, like,
Surely they can get one.
I think he's
You can't, they can't get one?
no,
Never?
not before Notre Dame. Notre Dame wins one in my lifetime. I guess.
Oh, in your lifetime. Okay.
Then
When was the last time Notre Dame won one?
88.
Wow.
so if Notre Dame gets one, then Indiana. Kurt
that your
Signetti.
lifetime?
No, I was born in 1990. So
I don't remember 88 Notre Dame. All right, we got Carson Beck coming to the line here. 1st and 10. We'll try to match it with everybody.
Play clock's down to 4, 3, 2.
I speak loudly,
1.
so you guys will be able to hear me.
So you can sync up.
Had some room running. Are they going to stick with the run this time?
That guy looks like a big fella.
Fletcher is. He has a good chance of being RB2 in the upcoming draft class. It's not a great draft class at running back after Jeremiah Love. He's been awesome in the playoff. He'd been early declaree. I think he's only a junior, redshirt sophomore, whatever. I don't know if that even matters nowadays. But he at least has like power to him, where every other back in this class after Jeremiah Love is just kind of like a undersized sort of back. There's not a lot of bruisers. So
We got 2nd and 1 here. And there's the guy, Malachi Tony, Sam. The best true freshman in the nation. Tony. Is he related to Kadarius? Because he's awesome.
I feel like he has to be.
It is Tony-like. But Malachi, I mean, he's just so good at everything, including blocking. He had a couple key blocks.
I don't think Notre Dame was ready for him week 1. He was a true freshman. Notre Dame didn't know about him. He just murdered him week 1.
I was watching that film. I'm just like, who's this dude? Yeah. Right? He took over.
They finally in the second half put Leonard Moore on him. But
there's Pons tackling Fletcher like it's nothing. I love this dude. I love D'Angelo Pons. Sam, why are you such a Patriots hater?
What?
That's what the chat's asking.
Like, related to anything or just?
I don't know. People say, I mean, you're a hater of everybody. So
Right. Equal
if you
opportunity
think he's a Patriot hater now, just wait. Just wait a couple weeks. Just wait a couple weeks. We've got some information. It's going to drop in 2 weeks. 2nd and 8. Beck moving around the pocket. I'm going to let you respond to this. There was someone texted out, or someone tweeted out that there was a text from an NFL GM, NFC GM more specifically. And the statement was, depending on tonight, Carson Beck, late 1st round. Need your response.
I almost choked.
How well can everybody hear me without the mic? I'll just yell and let you hold it.
They probably.
I could just split the difference here. Both of you.
You're good. You need to keep it to your mouth, I think.
It's. I would not draft him for day 3. I don't care what he really does tonight. I don't find him.
It's too erratic.
Yes, he's not particularly. He doesn't have a trump card trait. He's not a creator outside of structure. Has a lot of just like awful games on his tape. I don't know. If you're drafting him in the late 1st round, you are all sorts of desperate.
Yeah, it's not great. You can hold. Why don't you try holding for now? Let's experiment with yours coming over toward me just a little bit. We're still figuring it out. You're better off holding it.
Okay.
If that's okay for now. Indiana's defense holds. How well can I be heard here? We're experimenting with stuff here.
Terrible idea.
We're experimenting. What?
I'm
Should I not have invited Mike?
No, you probably should have had a better microphone setup.
I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it until today. Look, you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me fine.
You have a booming voice, Steve.
I do. So we're going to take advantage of that. So
I feel like I don't have a booming voice specifically because my dad had a super booming voice. And so
quieter.
Like it scared me as like a kid. So I intentionally was quieter.
We're not charging for this. This is all free. This is open to everybody. Tell your friends. Hanging out, watch along. I can't stretch.
I feel like there's a lot of downsides, obviously, to the new streaming system, whatever that we have. That's not cable, to not having cable anymore. But I think the most underrated one is that you see the same commercials so much.
All the time.
Like, you just get inundated with the same schlock that I feel like if you're one of the commercials, it's having the opposite effect. You're
right.
I'm seeing it too
like
much.
I've seen this so many times, I refuse to ever give this product money.
That's good. That's why you're here, Mike. And most of them are new medicines
Oh, my gosh.
that will kill you. Watch out.
There was one, my favorite
effects,
one.
death.
I
And they're all the same commercial.
I don't even remember what the thing was for, but the side effects for the thing it was like curing up asthma or something, right? But one of the side effects for this thing was specifically referencing a potential life-threatening infection of the taint, is what it sounded like. And I'm like, there's nothing I could be suffering from that's worth that risk.
I heard someone said that. I heard that a couple weeks ago. Someone told me that, and I was like, I haven't seen this commercial. How is that even possible?
Right. It's like, but what? How bad can the disease be that the risk of that is worth? Yeah, I'm willing to roll that dice.
The technical term, Sam, is the perineum, I believe.
There you go. Though I believe that's like an ambiguous term because there's multiple.
Okay.
Meanings. I think that just means like a space between two things or something.
Okay.
So there's multiple. It's like there's sphincters. There's multiple sphincters in your body. It's not a specific.
It's more of a catch-all.
There you go.
So I was wondering, for how much Fernando Mendoza have you seen, Sam?
You didn't want to hear about the sphincter?
And then I want to hear Renner's breakdown of the number one overall pick here.
This will be the third game of his that I've watched, though only one of them all the way through.
Okay, third game for you, Renner. What are we seeing from Mendoza? What should we expect besides 8 touchdowns and 5 incompletions?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great decision maker. He's good arm talent. I don't think it's elite or anything, but hits all levels of the field. And just, I think his best trait is under pressure. He is so aggressive still. He's so willing, and it really doesn't matter. You saw it at Cal. He had a terrible offensive line at Cal. The offensive line's gotten a little better here in Indiana, but still not great. But basically, if he can get the throw off, chances are it's going to be accurate regardless of how many people are right there on him. Kind of like that. Omar Cooper. I've been floating him as a potential first rounder. I mean, he moves just the correct way of the way he breaks tackles, the way he can go over the middle of the football field. I think that's a guy that's valuable in today's NFL where everything's after the catch, seemingly.
He was a text message guy, right?
Yes.
He's one of my guys that when I watch him, I get the feels and I have to text someone. Mm-hmm. And I texted you and I said, Omar Cooper, Indiana, this summer, as I was getting ready for college fantasy and, getting a little summer scouting in. Love Omar Cooper. And he's even, he's played even better than maybe I even anticipated. Yeah. So they've got 3 legitimate receivers.
How much do you think NFL teams are going to buy into Mendoza's cartoon-like geekery?
I mean, if it's Tom Brady getting him in a room, probably a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like. I mean, it'll play well. I do think it's rare to see a quarterback in college that willing and I think able. And to be willing to talk about it, you have to feel some mastery, and I think that's what you see on tape, and then I think it just backs it up, right, that this guy
because some of the stories they were trotting out in the last game I watched, which would have been the last game, are they were ridiculous. They said that for the Heisman Trophy ceremony, he asked them to send him a bunch of headshots and bios of all the former Heisman Trophy winners that were going to be at the ceremony, so that if he bumped into Jason White, he'd know who he was and what he did.
That's amazing.
I love it so much. I mean, I'm a fan of his.
They were like, nobody's ever done that before.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mohal in the chat. 20 more gifts or memberships. Mendoza's got to throw it away on third down.
I will say that's probably his biggest. I don't even say it's a shortcoming, but those situations, he's not going to go get you a bucket, right? He's not great creating outside of structure. he can kind of run. He's not a bad athlete, but oh my gosh.
What a rush. I just went full Legion of Doom. Oh, I have a note. That's that was Hemby. Was that Hemby in Pass Pro? He got wrecked early in the year, I believe, in Pass Pro. Let me see where it is. I gotta find my note. Where is it? Yeah. Roman Hemby, the running back who just, I believe that was him, who just got smoked for Indiana. Iowa was all over him. Iowa was attacking him, and Miami just got him right there. Forced the throwaway on third down.
Who's 12 in Miami? I should know this stuff, but
Who's their nickel, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I usually have a printed out depth chart. I don't.
Laminated.
Usually I'll have my laminated Senior Bowl depth chart and rankings and everything for next week. Give me a minute here. Oh, see, now the thing's not loaded on me. Don't want to call out who's not, but it's not working.
that was a hold.
Why isn't this working?
Ooh, what were your guys' takes on the controversial calls this weekend? What was the?
Brandon Cook's play was a clear interception.
Thank you.
Clear.
Yeah.
My problem with that was that the way they explained it was terrible. Like, the call itself was fine. It's the fact that Gene Steratore comes on and is like, at no point does he ever have control of this. You're like, what about the time where he has control of it?
You should not have said that. Yeah.
Right. It's like, you're not help. That's why everyone's out there with a screenshot of the moment he's got control of it. You're like, that's not helping matters, Gene.
Yeah.
Blue line of death.
And then he's out there. Then he like posts this like long diatribe after the fact. He's like trying to back up his. The point is, you explained it like an idiot. Like, the point wasn't you were like the call was incorrect. It's that everyone's out here like refuting the dumb thing that you said that wasn't relevant to what the play anyway.
I do feel like trying to equivocate that to the Devontae Adams play is just
No, it's ridiculous.
I cannot believe how many people said the same exact thing. It's like not even close to the same exact thing.
What were the other controversial calls?
the PIs.
They were fine.
They were all.
I thought the first one probably wasn't Teron Johnson.
That one didn't matter because of the rough and the passer.
It was
anyway.
roughing,
So
yeah.
it's like,
So it's
okay,
10 yards.
Right.
I didn't love the call, but
it's
yeah,
it's 2 yards different whether
Yeah.
you're calling that PI or rough in the passer. So it's basically irrelevant.
The Cooks play, right? I said, picture this. They called that a catch, and the Bills kicked the game-winning field goal the next play. Could you imagine the discussions had they called that a catch?
Yeah.
When he didn't even come close to coming up with the ball. At the
Well,
end
here's
of
the
play.
thing. Just think about it this way. If the ball hit the ground then after that, it would be not a catch.
Yeah.
Right? It's obvious
Yeah.
that that's
The
not a
only
catch.
problem.
So if it goes into the defender's
else's
body,
hand.
Yeah.
yeah.
The only problem with it is that there are similar plays that have been called the opposite way. And it's like, now you just, I mean, with the NFL, there's always idiotically inconsistent calls. But that's not a reason to call this the other way. It's like, you've already screwed it up before.
We're going to send Jack Scott email. He needs the address to send us coffee, so I'm not going to drop it in here.
Oh, Mendoza with the Pats gear on. And the face paint.
Does that help? Appreciate everybody joining us. A little watch along coming out of the commercial here. Carson Beck, 37-5 across 2 schools. Where's he legitimately going? Mid rounds?
I think day 3.
Yeah.
I think 5th round.
He doesn't have any special.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that Mel Kiper's 5th quarterback. Like, 5th quarterback in this class is not a good
Not
quarterback. This class is not.
What are your thoughts on Trinidad Chambliss and what he did in the college football?
Man.
Round? Did that?
I mean,
Make
he's
a
very
move.
intriguing. He's also, 6 foot, and just the track record of 6 foot quarterbacks is so bad at this point.
It's a great name, though. You're a big name guy.
But I think he's very intriguing. I mean, I would take him, probably QB2 if he had to come out. I mean, but again, QB2 in this class to me is a day 3 pick. It's just that's or no, sorry, QB3. Ty Simpson is still QB2. But QB3 in this class is a day 3 pick for me.
But that name's got to bump him around.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I mean, he played best when it mattered. I mean, like, he played great in the playoff, I thought.
So Indiana doesn't have big defensive tackles, but they're active. They know how to shed blocks. They're really good. Just fundamentally, that Indiana's just fundamentals and good ball. They play good ball. D'Angelo Pond's one of my favorite players. We've got some questions about. First off, I want to know your thoughts on Matt LaFleur as an owner of the Packers. Your thoughts, when you were in there voting on bringing him back, what that was like, and then Jeff Hafley leaving to go to Miami.
Were you in on the exit interviews?
Oh, probably a good thing I wasn't. Yeah, I'm disappointed about Hafley. I think he's a great DC, and I think that's a good hire for Miami. LaFleur, honestly, he was kind of a douche to me the only time I met him. So not much love lost, but he's a great offensive mind. Like, he knows offensive football. I think he's on the cutting edge in terms of play designing. I think he gets into play calling ruts. I'm not sure he's a great play caller, but it's hard to argue with the results offensively. So if you get rid of him, the chances of doing better than him, at least on that side of the ball, is tough. But I do think he has shortcomings as a head coach. I think he is not the best leader, and I think you see it in a lot of times. Like, they don't come back from a lot of big deficits, and they play tight, seemingly with a lot of leads. So, all being said, like, they could definitely win a championship with him, and the season ended when Micah Parsons went out.
Expound on this. What happened? What can you tell us? When you first met him?
I met him at the Combine, and I said, hey, I'm Mike Renner. I work for PFF. I know Bobby Slowick. I work with Bobby Slowick. And he's like, you guys don't know shit. So first thing he said.
That's what he said?
First thing he says to me. I was like, okay. Well, this got off on the right foot. So you could tell that conversation.
Wow,
yeah.
When I met him, I wasn't like playing dumb, but I was like, hey, Steve, and he was like, hi, Matt LaFleur. Like, I know, but it was kind of like, why didn't you say me by, like, why didn't you call me by name? You know who I am. But he didn't tell me I didn't know anything.
He's probably thinking it.
Behind my back, though.
Yeah.
Look at Mendoza on the run. He said he couldn't do that. Almost in there to Charlie Becker. Find out who number 12 was that smoked them in the pass.
I think there was a hold.
And were you surprised by the Sean McDermott firing? We did not get to.
Forget the Sean McDermott firing. The Brandon Beane promotion off the back of that.
So that part I was surprised. Sean McDermott firing, not super surprised. I mean, I think he's a great coach. I think the chance of them doing better than him is not like super high. I don't think they necessarily all of a sudden improve. I think they could really backslide with someone else. I think McDermott made a lot of hay with some average defensive talent over the course of his tenure. And I mean, this defense this year was so banged up. Didn't have Ed Oliver all year, and somehow still a competent defense. But at some point, messaging runs stale. Similar with like Harbaugh and Baltimore. I don't think you're going to do. It's the chances you do better than John Harbaugh is probably slim, but
you can at least,
it could have just been time.
With Harbaugh, though, like, you can at least make the case there, particularly if there's anything to any of those reports where it's like, Lamar's not loving life with either Harbaugh or Monken. You can make the argument there that, look, your most important player, kind of butting heads. You can at least point to something that says there's something there that has gone stale. With McDermott, other than the fact that they keep crapping out at the same spot in the playoffs, but like, it's not like, I don't know that you can make the same argument that the sort of the thing itself, the messaging has gotten stale. Everyone's kind of checked out. They're still fighting hard. They just keep running up against the same spot.
I think they're kind of in a early years Peyton Manning sort of lull where they win games, they have a good record, but it's not because these are great teams.
Right.
I think that's the problem is they don't actually have great football teams. They have a great coaching staff and a
Where's
great quarterback.
that stat Anthony put in the chat?
I think I think a lot of people are underrating how good the talent is on that team.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they have a good offensive line.
I think the O-line's good. But
James
like
Cook at running back, Khalil Shakir at receiver. I know most of the issues are when people say, well, he doesn't have an X receiver to throw to. He doesn't have an X. That's most of the criticism.
they have good tackles. Their interior offensive lines.
Do you see this stat, though? This is a great stat from Ben Solak that Anthony put in our chat.
It's not because he cuts
It's
off
great chat.
2017.
It's a great chat. Shut up. Per ESPN research, only 4 teams in the Super Bowl era have won a playoff game in 6 consecutive seasons.
Oh, that's good.
The 91-96 Cowboys, who won 3 Super Bowls. The 2011-2018 Patriots, who won 3 Super Bowls. The 2018-24 Chiefs, who won 3 Super Bowls. And the 20-25 Buffalo Bills, who have not won a single Super Bowl.
Did you tell me to shut up?
I did.
Wait, what did you say about 2017? They cut off?
I thought he was doing the Pro Bowl stat. That was a fine stat. That was fine. It's a bunch of dynasties in the Bills.
Yes. So it's like...
What was the Pro Bowl stat?
The Pro Bowl thing was they've only drafted 2 Pro Bowlers since 2018. But in 17, you have Deion Dawkins, you have Tre'Davious White, and you have Matt Milano. So it's like...
Whaley was still GM in 17. Draft.
And I also would say...
Yeah, that's the reason they cut it off there is because that wasn't the Brandon Bean draft.
Yeah.
Oh, was that his first year? Or 18?
Yes.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, he was hired
But
in
they
18.
had, but like Pro Bowlers
after the
is
draft.
week 2. You have Rousseau in 21, Cook in 22, Benford in 22, Shakir in 22, Kincaid in 23. My point is that the draft hit rate for the Bills is probably still top 10 relative to the rest of the league. Maybe it's 15. Maybe
I
10
think it's
15.
average.
Yeah.
He used
I'll
three
have to
top
relook at it.
3 top 100 picks on running backs, 1 on a wide receiver in his tenure. Which
The
is
thing is, the
That's not great.
The firing of McDermott and promoting Bean only makes any sense whatsoever if you determine that the shortcomings of the roster are because McDermott had way more personnel say than people thought he did.
yeah.
Which is possible and is definitely what they're currently sort of leaking as the official party line. Like they're already making sort of noises that McDermott had way more personnel say, blah, blah, blah. That's the only way that makes any sense. Otherwise, all of their problems right now are personnel, not coaching.
I think people are overrating the roster piece. I'm not saying McDermott deserved anything. I'm not saying Bean deserves a promotion, but it gets positioned as Allen dragging this roster. We talked before the season, we didn't think it was a bad roster. We talked about one spot.
It's not a bad roster, but it has one glaring weakness that he refuses to acknowledge as a problem.
I don't think that's they don't lose because they're missing an X receiver. I don't think that's why they lose.
You don't think they lost this
Mecole
game
Hardman
in
dropped.
part because they don't have an X receiver?
Yeah, but
Brandon Cooks and Mecole Hardman were their top 2 receivers in this game.
Hardman's
They
playing
tossed the
because-
ball how many times to Keon Coleman and you didn't catch the ball?
Hardman's playing because Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis.
Josh,
Because they all
what
got
are you
hurt.
You
saying?
just said Gabe Davis, though, Steve. I can't.
They all got hurt. I'm not saying,
But-
but I'm like that's the reason why Mecole Hardman's playing.
Right.
Hardman's not playing because they opted into him.
But listen to what
in
you're
lieu
saying.
Of other X receivers.
These guys were playing and they were their number 1 and 2 wide receivers because Gabe Davis and Josh Palmer were hurt.
There's a kernel of truth in what Brandon Bean said the day after about the receiver thing when he's like, where would I have drafted a receiver? Because he was referring to this past draft. Where would I have drafted a receiver? And are we putting points on the board? And there's some truth to that.
I'm trying to think of their last draft.
Where they got no, I don't love TJ Sanders as high as they got him.
Would they take him at 40?
Yeah, Deion Walker in the,
I think Luther Burden was still on the board there, right?
No, you could easily say they could have taken Ladd McConkey and not traded down. There's a guy that they could have taken 2 years ago.
But the thing is, it's
instead
not
of
even.
Keon Coleman
It's
and
not
instead of
even.
trading
It's a
down.
disingenuous argument because he's out here being like, "Nah, we don't need a wide receiver." Meanwhile, the year before, they did need a wide receiver. He went and took one, and took the wrong one and played him out of position.
But I do also think, you had Mecole Hardman playing a crucial snap and dropped the football in this last so yes, you actually did need.
Sure.
Ultimately,
Right.
he was wrong. You did need a wide receiver.
Yes.
If you had a better wide receiver, you win that football game.
Right.
So yes, you could have used a wide receiver probably instead of.
Plus, also when you consider the statement that the
man.
Bills, the statement that the Bills made, where they were like,
Dude,
That guy's a hitter.
Ouch.
I think he's going to be at the Shrine Bowl. Is it? Oh, man, that was also probably should have been flagged.
The statement that the Bills made when they promoted him was like, his exceptional leadership style.
That was Stephen Daly.
And like everything about his leadership style kind of seems.
Was that? I think that was Thomas.
I'm not Indiana's roster. I'm like, oh, look at number 8.
Jacoby
by the way, number 12, who smoked Hemby, is Marquise Lightfoot, he was an edge rusher playing stand-up.
Okay.
We'll have the full McDermott discussion on Wednesday on the show. Who are we saying? Number 8. Jacoby Thomas.
Oh, he's bleeding. He's bleeding.
Oh, this is great. Bloody sock game. 3rd and 6. Big one.
That was a good blitz pickup.
Oh, that was not a good throw.
Not a good throw. Underthrown. That looked like every Stroud pass yesterday.
He is better, in my opinion, over the middle of the field than he is outside the numbers. I actually thought Dante Moore is better outside the numbers this year.
Mendoza's been great on back shoulders, though.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get this over the top, I think, though.
Yeah, it was.
So where do you stack him up relative to, last several years of quarterbacks?
I probably, it's tough because I think Cam Ward's much more talented, and I think I probably lean Ward a little bit, but he obviously would have been QB2 in that one. I think he would have been probably, 2 years ago, 2024, I probably see him about as good as I saw Bo Nix in that realm of quarterbacks.
Now you were high on.
I was high on Bo Nix, so yeah, I had Bo Nix 10th in that class.
Especially relative to others.
Yeah, so I would have had him in that range, probably just ahead. I think I just think he's a very safe quarterback prospect.
Got it.
Rare to say that.
Are we reverting back? We've definitely gone through a few years where we've seen Mahomes and Allen and Lamar and Herbert and talent, arm talent and athleticism and outside the pocket stuff. Are we reverting back to it's okay to be a pocket passer? It's okay to be Jared Goff or Brock Purdy, even though Purdy's great at scrambling. It's okay to be Sam Darnold. Is this okay again? And
I think
Mendoza's in that
yeah,
bucket, right? Because he's not going to be uber athletic or creative, as we talked about.
I think so, because people are just letting you run. They're not.
But
just because you're running through
guys,
the quarterback, they don't necessarily put just another guy in the box anymore.
Like almost all of these guys now. I mean, Mendoza's not unathletic.
Mm-hmm.
He's just. I mean, it's obviously not a huge plus or anything. But you don't. None of these guys are Tom Brady anymore. Like, when was the last guy who legitimately cannot move?
That's a good question.
Can't move?
Yeah.
Brady and Breeze.
Right. Like, who? But that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody coming
Breeze used to be able to move. Breeze used to run.
Yeah,
when
even
he came into the
Breeze
league.
was more athletic. Literally, but, I mean, you're going back to, like...
Phillip Rivers was, like, never he was a statue.
Yeah, Rivers,
Eli.
Ryan Mallett, the guy from, what's his name, Carson Strong, the guy whose knee was in bits by the time he came into the NFL.
Gosh. It was the last, like, top prospect that really couldn't move.
Right.
Goff. Darnold.
Yeah.
Where's Darnold in this? I mean, he's like
Darnold
he's not a statue, but he's not a runner.
He can move, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite as statuesque
Rosen,
as
Darnold. Just going through Haskins.
Rosen was
Rosen
a
would've been.
statue.
Yeah.
Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah. R.I.P.
2020. Jordan Love.
What? No.
No, he can move.
You're like a 4.65, I think.
Penix
He's
doesn't
every
play
time he
like
runs
he's
though,
a-
I'm like,
He can, yeah.
I feel like I get nervous when Love runs. He doesn't have the whatever, the instinct.
Honestly,
the feel.
Penix, the way his playing style is, because he
Oh,
doesn't play like a runner. Even
it's
though he ran
crazy
fast.
how he does not utilize athleticism,
Excuse me.
except for when he's diving for pylons. It's the only
Look
time.
at this hit. Ooh. Right
Man.
under his chin.
I guess.
Now,
If
they
you're
don't have
selling
the
the fake.
automatic concussion test in college, right?
That feels like a fake you could have, faked less to
Yeah, you
avoid
didn't
running
have to.
face first into a guy.
He was already coming at you. You sold it.
You got to sell it, man. You got to get that guy out of the play. Saving a gap.
Adewale Agunlie. Why was he up on the scoreboard there? Bears legend.
Good question.
Did he go to the U?
I don't.
Part of me thinks he did, but I don't know why I'm saying
I was watching when we were watching Caleb Williams yesterday. I looked at him. I said, "He's Cam Newton, stylistically, minus."
Oh yeah.
So not the running, not the style of runner.
that. The other one, he went to Indiana.
Oh, okay.
There we go. But the number of misses,
Uh-huh.
the number of misses 10 yards high, right? The number of high misses, big time throws, volatility, uses his legs, though it's more of in a scrambling fashion for Caleb versus Cam as a design run fashion.
Yeah.
And then so it also reminds me of this might be, like if he cuts down on some of the misses one year, it's like, oh, there's your MVP season.
I actually can't believe they didn't run him more in the playoffs, truthfully.
I can't believe
so
how
dynamic.
fast he is. Like,
That's
his
he's
great
so dynamic.
acceleration is legit.
And it's almost as if, I mean, I get that he can create explosive plays with his arm outside the pocket, whatever. But it's almost as if like someone told him don't run, watching him play, because he holds out for just like to the bitter end. To try to pass, and she's like, dude, sometimes there's just a little lane and you make one guy miss, and that's 20 yards.
He's more athletic than this, but he sort of plays like prime Russell Wilson, where it's like he does not want to run.
Yeah.
He wants, if he runs,
wants
it's to spend 15 seconds behind the line of scrimmage to find a bomb somewhere.
But I think he's much more dynamic than even prime.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's more athletic than that, but it's the same thing, right? Like, when they run and escape people, it's not to then scramble for 15 yards. It's to like buy more time and try and find a huge shot somewhere.
I see you dropping little nuggets out there on social media, Sam. Nuggets.
I feel like the statute of limitations is up on those.
When do you want to do the tell-all on that story? Did we drop that yet? I can't remember.
I think we've already told that to a certain degree. The Brandon Bean stories from PFF.
Oh yeah.
Brandon.
What a nice guy.
And I'm over here defending him, saying the roster's not that bad. But Brandon was one of the reasons we had to stop letter grading free agent signings, because he was not happy with the D that was given to his big name left tackle,
Matt Khalil, who it turned out was in fact a bad signing.
Which, to be honest, we may have been a little conservative with the D. Let's see, what did Matt Khalil do? How was he never good? I always thought he would figure it out.
He was good for a bit in Minnesota. He was never good after that.
So I started doing a mock draft just for fun. We got a mock draft this week, Sam, and it's frustrating already.
Yeah.
I got to in every draft you get to like number 8, number 10, and it starts to be, I don't know, it's wide open. Number 2.
Yeah.
I have no clue what to do at 2. Mendoza, and then I'm stumped with the Jets at 2.
It really might be. I mean, I actually think Ruben Bane's a great prospect. I think he's better than some guys who have gone 2 recently. But after him, I think the third guy in this class is going to be the worst third guy in a class since maybe like 2013.
Bane's the guy who's going to come in with like absurdly short arms.
Yeah.
Is that
apparently under 31 inches?
I want to get your take. When Miami's defense comes back out, we need more Ruben Bane takes. But
yeah,
Arvell Reese, Ruben Bane, Keldrick Falk, David Bailey. There's no tackle. Like, the tackles have to go in the top 10, right?
But they're not top 10 picks.
Someone has to be.
I think the wide receivers go top 10. I think Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson are good wide receiver prospects. I think they're going to end up like, honestly, it might be Mendoza, Bane, 1-2 for me, and then those guys up next, just because I know they'll be good wide receivers. I don't know that Keldrick Falk's going to be a good defensive end. They might be, but those 2 guys, Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson, they're not Malik Neighbors prospects. They're not Jamar Chase-esque, but I think they're very good.
Look at that. Look at Pons, man.
I
love C.J. Daniels, too. And look at the physicality. He is like...
Wow.
That's
a wrap.
A Meek Robertson's type of feistiness at that size. But he can play. He's Jair, man. That's Jair. He can play. Pons can play.
He's so small.
I don't care.
It's crazy.
3rd and 10 with Beck. Nothing.
got him?
Jeez.
So
This might be the final score.
here's a note from the chat that we need to. I know, really, it feels like a 3-0 game. Charter in the chat says Daniel Jeremiah said Bane's arms were measured by a rookie scout, and that all the measurements from that day seemed unusually short.
Oh, this is actually little behind the curtain here. On the Shrine Bowl scouting staff, I was on the cross-check staff with Greg Gabriel, former Bear scout.
Dream
And
combination.
anytime we would bring up the spring numbers that we had, he'd be like, "You can't trust spring numbers." He's like, "They make the lowest guy in the totem pole do the spring numbers. We never
don't
trusted
trust
them.
spring
We never
numbers.
trusted
Okay.
spring measurements." So, Ruben Bane's going to have 33-inch arms by the time
Those are
he
spring
gets the
numbers.
combine.
Plus, we know we are at a golden age of
Arm lengthening.
just
walk
limb-
around.
limb lengthening.
He's been hanging for
Right,
hours on
just
end.
walk around, farmer carrying 100 pounds for the next 3 months, you'll be fine.
His agents got him on the best arm lengthening program. By the time we're in Indy next month, he'll be at 33.
Yeah.
And this will be forgotten. And he'll go number 2 overall.
And it's also, to me, there he is. Look, you see hitting mid-thigh with those arms hanging naturally.
How good
You want
is
it
Bane?
closer
How
to your
good
knee.
is number 4 Miami? How good is Bane?
To me, he feels so. I don't think he's as good a prospect as Aiden Hutchinson was, but like the conversation feels to me the same. Oh my gosh, look at him
that.
just
smokes the tight end.
it's like
Tackle for loss. We're at 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 15 because of Ruben Bane.
That's nice.
That's the number 2 overall pick.
That's nicely on cue.
yeah, it's the guy has obvious physical shortcomings, but
Wow.
what he does well is so dominant. The power he plays with. I mean, look at the build. Looks like a DT, and just the fact that just hump moving throwing a guy out the way with one arm like that is just a consistent theme on his tape. So it's just he's too good to be not good is how I describe Ruben Bane's tape.
A lot of people like him as a defensive tackle. They like him as a 3 technique.
Eh.
I don't necessarily agree.
Not full time. He could do it in a pinch.
Explosive, but he can bend, and he's got speed to power. I feel like he's got. That's not Jared Verse, but he's got enough of an edge rush package.
Yeah,
to sit
I
there.
think he's for sure an edge rusher. Oh, there's my other guy, Ahmad Moten, one of the few twitchy DTs in this draft class. If he declares, he's only a junior. I don't know if he will, but if he keeps making plays like that,
Moten can play.
yeah.
The other is he old? What year?
Moten, he's only a junior. He doesn't even have to declare. So I had him as top 50 guy, but he
Oh,
has
I'm
not
thinking
played a
Mesidor's like
Mesidor's old. He'll be 25 his
25.
rookie year. I
You
think
know,
maybe even
him-
before the draft. He's at the
Whoa.
top there.
You're an ageist, I know.
Yeah.
So
He has
him and Romello Height are going to be interesting because Height's 24,
yeah.
but he looks.
So speaking of spring numbers, he was 227 in the spring, 227
Can't
pounds.
trust those numbers. Mike. You can't trust those.
Usually a
numbers.
scale I hope you could trust, but who knows? But Mesidor, I think I have just above Height. I had him as top 50, Height back in top 100. Because Mesidor was actually like good early on. He played DT and then he got hurt a bunch. And so he was a defense tackle at West Virginia to start his career. It was actually productive. And then by the time he was draft eligible, I think he had 3 straight years of injury. And that's why he's now
He's just
24
so much older.
and trimmed down. And now he's defensive end. He's kind of balling. So I am usually an ageist, but when the guy was good and just the only reason he didn't get drafted was injury, I will buy on the talent still.
How head-wrecking is this now when instead of just having to remember this player from this college, you have to remember this player from the last 4 colleges he played at?
It's so bad. I will say, and I've had this take a bunch, I think it's actually helps me as a scout to have the guys transfer up
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
play more college football, and it's actually good for evaluations.
Sure. I mean, it eliminates a lot of variables. Right?
Yes.
If you look at the numbers, because I'm doing some consulting for college teams, so I'm more in the portal world and scouting portal players. Which, by the way, it's tough when you're usually just watching NFL and draft prospects only. It's tough watching just
see.
college players sometimes. Like they're not as good. So I'm trying to be kind here. There's a pretty good hit rate of very good group of 5 players though, or group of 6 now, whatever, playing up to Power 4. Like when they transfer up to Power 4, they do well.
Yeah.
And you get to see him a year early. Quinyon Mitchell didn't do it, but most guys do.
Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, a lot of guys. Yeah, it's good. Like, it's good for them. It's good for, but
like Mitchell is going to be one of the last of those guys who never, all of the rest of those guys are going to end up going up to a better program.
Yeah. It's actually funny. There's Toledo DB in this year's class who might be a top 50 pick again. Yeah, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. So something about Toledo makes guys want to stay, but
he just left. Head coach Jason Candle just went to UConn. Good luck keeping up with all the coaching changes too, by the way.
But I don't think it's great for the college game. I mean, like, in terms of the product and just what was unique about college versus the NFL, it's starting to just feel more like you're watching.
I mean, the whole landscape is a shit show at the moment. Like, whatever the solution is, and I think everyone is, for paying players, but like the current process is a joke.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even good for like media and branding. Like, the NFL is great at free agencies carved out to these 3 days, and the draft's carved out to these 3 days.
I mean, it's regulated.
We can talk about it for a month beforehand and where we think guys are going, and that's fun. But now it's like portals happening while other games are going on, and it's like.
Right. There's nobody in college football saying this is best for business. Whereas if they had a transfer portal period like the draft or free agency, you'd be locked in. If they had it. And I'm also coming around to they should do it after spring practice. And do it later, but there's still like There's still like fake caring about the semester system, but like Carson Beck's like, I haven't taken a class in 2 years. Like, you used to have to actually take credits.
Yeah.
Tony's a difference maker, man. Look at him play. Tony's the guy. If Miami's going to get anything going, I don't know how much they can lean on you with Fletcher in the run game, but if they get Tony in space, he's so good. Is he down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's down. Forget it.
1 cheek, 2 feet.
Maybe he's not that good. Was there a whistle? Everything's on mute. People are asking if Indiana could beat 2019 LSU, and I think that's crazy.
If they have their practice,
I don't remember who else was on that team, but that's all I need to know.
It is. I do. I'm surprised we haven't seen a super team like, I guess the last one was Georgia, 21 Georgia, right? It was the last team that felt like it was just stupidly stacked. Because you had 3 straight years there. You had 19 LSU, you had 20 Alabama, you had 21 Georgia. Was like 3 straight years. I think they had 5 first-round picks at least, all of those teams. And it just felt like that was the new, and we haven't had one since.
That's got to get harder now in the NIL world, right? Because you can't. Why would the second and third string stay on a roster like that when they can go somewhere else?
They transfer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They do. Yeah.
You're never going to get another one of those like early 2000 Miami Hurricanes rosters again.
But it definitely has created like an echelon. Like, there's a clear echelon of teams willing to pay $20 million a year.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like
if you're not,
you're going to get a bunch of teams that can like completely corner the market on starting rosters, and like pay the money for it. But those guys can't keep the second and third strings because they're going to want to start somewhere else, and they'll just leave.
I like Indiana's safeties too. Like, again, they don't have big name players. They just come up and tackle, make plays on the ball. Their linebackers blitz and create havoc. They're just good, man. Miami's got to get Tony and Daniels involved. So runs to nowhere on 3rd and 2, and Cristobal's not going to go for this. 3rd and 4th and 2. He's not going to go for it. No.
Mikhail Kamaro's probably their best D lineman, but he's 6 foot. Probably not a high-end prospect.
Yeah, he's all right. And they had good players last year too. They had C.J. West.
C.J. West.
I liked one of their linebackers. They do a lot of slanting and stunting and havoc creating. Carson wants to go for it. And Mendoza coming out from the 15. Another commercial break here coming up.
Great.
Gives us more to talk about. at least next year's draft class will be loaded. No, we got a lot of draft to talk about this year. I know there's always hidden gems in every draft and everything. It looks like the blue chip talent is not there.
I would agree.
And then other than like Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Love, and then you're like, well, here's a safety, here's a running back. But those, I think they're going to go top 10.
I would be surprised if they don't at this point, because you're not passing up on anyone special to go elsewhere. Like I thought even, when Genty went 6, I thought they were still, passing on Armand Membu at that time, passing on Kelvin Banks. Like I thought there were real prospects that were very good at valuable positions still. That's just not going to be the case at 6 this year. So
Yeah. Can you shout out Steve Matthews?
Can I shout out Steve Matthews?
Yeah, I think I'm clear volume-wise, but not as clear as you.
Okay. A big shout out to Steve Matthews in the chat for gifting 5 memberships.
So I don't have to yell it.
shout out Steve.
I love that play by Bane.
Mike, talk us through your live play, like the live in-play reaction to that Caleb Williams touchdown throw.
So we do our podcast right afterwards, and I was thinking in my head, I'm like, this is, every Sunday we've done it all season, and sometimes they've gone to like 2 a.m. I'm like, I'm going to get done by, my actual bedtime usually. And that happened. I'm just like, I said some curse words. I said, are you kidding me?
So you were mad that it's sending it to overtime.
Yes, not only is it sending it to overtime.
Sam and I were right here watching it, and as the play unfolds, I was getting upset because I'm like, you have a do or die play, and anytime you do the
and you're not sprinting towards your own end zone.
Yeah,
right. You do like scramble right and left, you sprint backward. Like that never works.
Never.
So I'm in the middle of the play, being like, come on, you idiot! That's dumb.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing you could do on 4th and 4. Look at me. I'm the dumb
I
one.
still don't have any idea what Kobe Durant was doing in that play.
I think he never saw the ball, right? So
Right.
in that, you're just face guarding the whole way, and I think he thought it was like, probably heard the crowd and thought either that it's over or that
that it's here right now and just turned around and it's in the completely different spot.
It's also a long time for him to just be sitting.
That's
in
why
single coverage.
I think
with a tight end, like they didn't have any other. They could have had both sides of the end zone doubled.
Yeah.
Pretty easily, I think, right?
I think he just figured, given his position, he's like, ball's not coming this way.
Yeah.
8 seconds into the play. Kind of just took a breather.
It's such a weird play because, like, it's freakish to have even been able to get it there from what he did, but it completely relied on Kobe Durant just going walkabout.
Boom.
I was just finding the Ruben Bane play again. I think Mendoza's got a pretty good arm.
Yeah.
Carry on the ball. He does have that willingness to throw under pressure, which I think is a good thing overall, but also leads to some Nick Folesian volatility historically.
Yeah.
Not saying he has that yet, but.
Have you ever tried to or done ranked all 32 starters just in terms of arm strength, and seen like who number 16 is? Because I feel like more often than not, I'm just saying this as a aside, that when people say he's got like a above average arm,
What does that mean?
when you go to the NFL, it's like,
Have you?
he's actually probably like QB 20.
Right.
So
I put Mendoza probably like, he's probably gonna be like QB 17.
Have you
18.
done that exercise?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
And so
I mean, not obviously the top, but what's the middle? What's the
I
median?
feel like a middle, like a 16 to 18 quarterback is like Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Is like your average.
Really?
And he would have, I think by, when he was coming out, people would say his plus arm.
Yeah, good arm.
So I liken this to baseball, where back when I played, the average fastball velocity was like 91. Now it's 94 or whatever. But even like when I was throwing 91, I don't think half of the league was throwing slower than me. I think when you say average arm, it's just like this baseline. to play.
Yes.
So I think at any given time, using scouting terms, there's like 2 quarterbacks who are below NFL average arm strength.
Yeah.
So 30 out of 32 are above average NFL arm strength, but that's not relative to the current 32 starters.
Okay.
But that's a fun exercise, what you're saying. So like Brock Purdy has below average velocity.
Yeah. Purdy.
And who else? Not many people.
Tua,
Jalen Hurts.
Bryce Young, probably.
Yeah. Young, Goff. Gosh, I'm trying to think who else. Dak.
But I would say Goff and Dak.
I don't even know if
Dak's
they
got
do.
a good arm.
Right.
I think he's got a good enough arm. I think Goff too. I think
Well, you're
those are at
right.
least
Like when you look at the
average.
list, it's actually, you're right. Like how many of them you would say have plus arms, but obviously when you rank them 32, some of those guys end up pretty low.
But I'm saying like legitimately below average arms, it might be Purdy, Tua, Bryce, maybe.
I would say Jalen Hurts has
Velocity,
a arm.
Hurts.
Stroud.
Everything Hurts does just isn't fast twitch, I think.
Yeah.
From his
It's
dropbacks,
deliberate.
even his running ability, like he's fast and he can run, but he's just not quick twitch.
Yeah.
And that's
Stroud actually kind of has a strong, when he really wants to, he just is so, well, this weekend just bad, but
Dude, this weekend was awful.
but I don't think he really gives it. I think he's like cruising at like 80% most throws.
there is something to the the catchable ball and this and that. Not everybody's ripping it, but again, like I don't think Purdy like has more juice or anything, But he throws a good catchable ball, which means like it's not coming in that fast.
Oh, Bane almost forcing a pick.
Flag.
Oh.
Bane against Notre Dame. Like the first 4 weeks of the season, Bane was the best player in the nation. I think by a mile. He would have won he was September Heisman winner for me. It was Ruben Bane, which never works. I like Elijah Surratt too.
Yeah. He's
an awful call.
Let's see it again.
Unless he's pulling with this arm right here, and
Around the shoulder a little.
Yeah, he made it too obvious. When you're in good position, like you don't need to literally have your hand outside a shoulder pad.
Question in the chat is like when you're talking about arm strength, and it's more this isn't like a prerequisite. It's more about just fun to discuss. There's Moten, what play. We're talking about RPMs, right? Velocity, not how far you can throw it. Because everybody can throw it far enough. Like you don't have to throw the ball 60, 70 yards in an NFL game. Everybody can throw a 40, 45-yard deep ball. Mm-hmm. But it's the RPMs, it's the carry, it's the velocity.
He's coming out after this. He's balling. Yeah, I mean, you need to hit a hole between, a corner and a safety against cover two. It's like, what do you got to get it there? You watch Tua hit those, and it's like, he has to throw it before the wide receiver even plants his foot.
Like Mohall brought up Brady and his arm. I think he had excellent velocity.
Yeah.
Like short and intermediate, just straight up velocity. And actually some of the deep balls.
And then he could get it
were
70
like,
plus. I think distance is a good proxy for arm strength.
Yeah.
It's not 100%, but Brock Purdy can't get it 60. Yeah. I mean, look at Drake May.
Or what it takes for them to do it. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick used to go full wind up crow hop to throw it 50, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even know if he could do that.
Look at Drake May's Hail Mary. That was 60 yards, and it was just like an effortless, and you could put arc on it to get it 60, and that's arm strength to me.
He's smooth. He never looks like he's stressing. Mm-hmm. So, like, again, you'd call that easy velocity.
Yeah, him and Jordan Love are, like, similar in that regard, where they both have, I would say, probably top 8 or so arms in the league, but they never really, like, they're not ripping it the way Baker Mayfield is. They don't put as much effort into it as, or even like Caleb Williams. It looks effortful when he really tries to get it. Those guys, it doesn't.
Love, it's like he throws the ball helmet high on these deep outs all the time. Yeah. Just on the regular, and it looks easy. That's tough because sometimes the camera, like when Josh Allen lets it go, you're like, wow, that's really fast. I don't know if you ever watch a Love pass and it feels fast until you see like, oh, he just put it helmet high on a deep out without a lot of effort. That means something. Strongest arm of all time.
Joe Milton.
Joe Milton.
Jeff George.
Josh Allen, John Elway.
Rodgers in his prime had just an
Rodgers.
absolute howitzer.
Yeah.
The Hail Mary against. Do you ever see the view from someone in the stands of the Hail Mary against Detroit?
It's like
that it is hitting the rafters.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if it was in Dallas, like the thing would have been hitting the score. It was just that thing was shot out of a cannon 70 yards and it went. I mean, it was in the air for, like, I timed it one time and it was like 4.5 seconds. It was like a kickoff.
I think
How long?
that negated throw that he had against the Bears that one time.
Yeah, I think it was the Lions, actually.
Was
Also.
it like whatever? He was like getting
home.
crushed and falling over, and he just like.
Oh, that one. Okay,
That
yeah,
one.
from the
It's like-
pocket. Yeah, that was the Bears. I was
Not-
thinking the
not a
one.
Hail Mary.
The one against the Lions to Trevor Davis, he put 75 yards in a game, rolling to his left, and just like.
Was that the 08 one you were trying to look up one time?
No, that was, gosh, that was against like the Panthers. No, it was like 2013 or something. I mean, it was like in his prime when he's had. So that was a stripe. That one.
Favre with his finger breakers.
Yeah, he had a howitzer. I never saw Jeff George though. I really don't know to say.
Dude, Jeff George had a cannon.
So when he made a Jeff George Josh Allen comparison, when he came out, we started firing up Jeff George tape, and yeah, he would throw. He was funny because he was awful when he got drafted by the Colts, but he was the '99 Vikings were just or 90 was it '98 that he got
99.
99. You had it was like Randall Cunningham's best statistical season and Jeff George's best statistical season because they both like split time. But who started got hurt.
It was the year.
They
So
threw to Moss.
yeah, 98 was the Randall Cunningham his best year, and then 99 was you got a few games of that. He was the starter going into that year. Then he got hurt, and
that was
Jeff
Jeff
George
George.
comes in.
You know who I want to go back and watch to see how strong his arm? Jamarcus Russell. How strong was Jamarcus Russell's arm? Was it like stupidly?
I think it was
Like
really
Joe
strong,
Milton-esque.
but he was another one where like he never like ripped it.
Okay.
He always
It
just
was
it
kinda-
was just huge.
He just made, especially like with the college ball. I love that the college ball has the stripes. It's just like it's like one of those unique things that's just different between college and the NFL. He had that easy stripe velocity that I loved in college. But I don't think Jamarcus had any arm talent type of like off platform or any type of feel for playing football. Right? Just wasn't good at football. They're offsides. Nate Tice was mentioning Chris Leak's spirals the other day. I don't know if you remember watching him, but he had no velocity, but it just like
spun.
just the most beautiful spiral.
I remember, you know those Pro Bowl skills competitions they used to do. And one of them was the
long
furthest throw.
Yeah.
Cordell Stewart won one of those. one
Okay.
year.
Yeah, he had a good arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vic used to be able to chuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Vic was insane as a prospect, and then it's so funny. You go back, he had like 18 career passing touchdowns or something, and he was the slam dunk #1 overall pick, and nobody asked any questions. And then they shouldn't have.
So yeah, man, if he would have come out nowadays,
Yeah.
He would have been used differently. Yeah.
I mean, he was. I mean, just like compare him to like running backs and wide receivers. There's not many guys in NFL history that were that dynamic with the ball in their hands. He just
Speed
was
was insane.
They had-
Acceleration.
Yeah.
It's such a shame that they had basically no idea what to do with him.
Yeah. I still remember grading at 07 or like when we went back and graded. It might have been 05.
It was not 07.
Vince Young.
Oh, okay. That.
So either it's rookie or second year. And they ran
Wow, that's a
Just
touchdown.
get in.
first drive.
Charlie
they run.
Becker, man.
There we go. We got a score. They ran 2 read options first drive. Both go for like 15 yards. They didn't run another one the entire game. It's like, dude.
That's our script.
And it was just like, I mean, the most basic of read options, and it
Yeah.
killed, and they had no clue how to
Well,
defend it.
let's never go back to that
All
again.
of a sudden,
He didn't step out.
just a
did he?
different.
Oh, he
there you
did.
go.
He did.
He just ran through them, though. So he's out at the 6. Sorry if we're not perfectly timed up, everybody. We're watching the replay of Charlie Becker's non-touchdown. Just stepped out at the 6. Pretty clear. Good effort, though. He's their number 3, and he's been balling in playoffs. In the Big Ten game.
Oh, number 8, Thomas. I think his name's Jacoby Thomas. We did. We
Jacoby,
watched.
yeah.
We watched him for Shrine, and he makes some crazy plays. He obviously had the hit on Mendoza earlier. Can't tackle. The guy, I think he's one of the worst tackling prospects I watched in this draft class. I think he's still at the Shrine because he can make plays in coverage, but like you saw right there, that he didn't even want to tackle him.
Moen's mad at him for something. Now, we don't know what. We have no idea what they're talking about because they're not mic'd up.
Maybe it's not tackling.
But it could be tackling because that's what we were just talking about. They're like, hey, man, Moen's got a point. You didn't tackle him.
Yeah. He kind of just stepped out.
What are your thoughts on Sam Darnold being the first quarterback from the class of 2018 to go to a Super Bowl?
Oh, be too
Potentially.
perfect.
And win one. Darnold winning a Super Bowl before Lamar and Josh Allen would be hilarious.
On his fourth team now?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Malik Willis hitting free agency? You as impressed as we are?
How much money does he get?
That's a good question. I mean, if he doesn't get as much as Justin Fields,
That's got to be the starting point,
Yeah.
right? If you're his agent. Like, if I was his agent, I'd be looking to split the Fields and Darnold contracts.
Fields was the lowest end starter money. It was high end backup money.
Yeah.
Like 2 years, $20 million.
who makes sense for him?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Because they don't have any other pathway to a quarterback.
Cleveland. No one does. The Jets are the only team you would say might be patient.
Just run it back with Fields. That would be a slap in the face to the fan base.
Pittsburgh makes sense because they don't have a pathway to a quarterback. They kind of have a team that, like, if they get the right coach in, that team could be good. And they could roll the dice on a guy like Willis, who might be really good. Now, he probably isn't, just based off sample size and, the way these things tend to work. But he could be. And if you get the right contract, you could roll. I mean, the way they did with Fields and Wilson, right? One of those probably should have worked out better than it did. But that's the kind of gamble that they can take with a new head coach and try and get the answer to quarterback.
Yeah, if I'm the new head coach of the Steelers, I'm asking two things. I'm saying, are we signing Malik Willis, and is Darnell Washington moving to left tackle? If no to either of those, I'm not coming.
Miami? You got questions about Miami, maybe? For Malik Willis?
I guess Halfley coming over. Seen him in practice. I wonder who Halfley's going to bring as OC. But
Can they afford to, though, with Tua's contract hanging off there?
it's kind of a sunk cost.
Right, but just with it there already, can they even afford to? Like, depending on what the deal is.
Yeah.
But if he's north of the Fields deal, can you carry that as well as Tua's deal?
They're in
Mac
trouble.
Jones. You got Mac Jones questions?
He's under contract another year.
Yeah, you got to trade for him.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm trading for Tanner McKee before Mac Jones. Did you want to hear my Tanner McKee theory?
Yes. Why didn't he look
were
great the
talking-
last
He's
time?
the starter
We were
next year for the
talking
Eagles. They trade Jalen Hurts and they go Tanner McKee. That's my theory.
Well, why didn't he play well in this last game?
They had no starters.
it was all the backup.
It was all
We said
They
it
had
was,
no
it
one.
was a win-win
yeah.
because we could either say Renner's a hero, look how good he is with these backups, or it's the backups. What could you?
I also don't think he was terrible, but he didn't play great. But they didn't have.
I'm kind of bummed because
They
it
didn't
would have
have any
made
O-line
such
or-
a funny Jalen Hurts conversation if the second Tanner McKee came in, the offense looked fixed.
Yeah.
I had NFL people asking me if you were on the tape because of where you ranked Tanner McKee, and look how foolish they look right now, Mr. Preseason.
I am intrigued though if Howie Roseman would trade Jalen Hurts. I think there's a real. We didn't think he would trade Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Got a first round in return. They could use the cap flexibility, and you're not going to just keep Tanner McKee as a backup, given what he's done. Like you could probably get a day 2 pick for him. You think at this point? No.
Oh no! If anyone gives that up,
There's
we talk about it
so
all
many
the time.
desperate
Back
teams.
in the day, that happened all the time.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't find starters.
Mm-hmm.
You just if anybody showed any kind of starting ability, you'd say here's
Jimmy G,
here's
second
a 1,
rounder.
Here's a 2. And even Jimmy G, is that the
Drafted
last
higher.
time that's even happened? That's rare in the last decade. But it used to happen all the time.
Yeah.
And most of the time it didn't work.
Yeah.
AJ Feely, Rob Johnson,
Kevin Cobb.
Like this, the Eagles used to do it all the time. They'd flip all their backups. Mark Brunell for a 3. That one worked. It used to happen all the time, and it doesn't anymore because I think there's enough Jameis level starters.
Yeah.
Right? There's enough starters to go around. There's not enough elites to go around. Who's the cheesiest?
Who would trade for Jalen Hurts at this stage, though? Because there's got to be, at this point, there has to be a very real question about whether he is the limiting factor in that offense.
Well, that's why I think
Which is the same. So that, okay, it makes sense that the Eagles would therefore be willing to move off from him, but it also would mean anybody trading for him has got to be aware of that and potentially capping what they give up for him.
And I also do think like he's going to be 29 next year. A big part of his game is his rushing ability. Like, is he going to age like Russell Wilson did in his 30s? How long do you have?
There's something about Hurts' game that is so. What's the opposite of it? Aesthetically pleasing.
Boring to watch.
Horrible. And look, it's like I get it.
It's unexciting.
In 24 that it worked, and in 22 that it worked, but in 23 and 25, when it doesn't work with Tulo and with Brian Johnson, it looks awful. Yeah. It's like, why do you have no blitz answers? Why are you only throwing ISO routes? Why? And I always wonder how much that's the OC and how much of that's the QB.
I mean, it's a new OC every year and same offense, so.
Yeah. Oh, fullback
dive, they're in.
Touchdown. Look at Indiana. There he is under center. Indiana's a wagon. That's their tight end.
Good Polish name.
Just happy for Mark Cuban.
Oh, it's going to be all on Carson Beck. Someone's a Hoosier in here.
Some Indiana fans somewhere up here cheering. On the
Mikulski. Look at all the polls on that. Hoosier.
So that's your hot take. Hurts to get traded.
I think there's a real scenario where they see, I don't want to say they're writing on the wall, but like their long-term team, but like they traded Carson Wentz when
who's the dance partner though? Like who's opting in to
Indy again?
Hurts?
Indy would actually be interesting.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Jones,
the one guy who got it to work, Shane Steichen.
Yeah. So.
Indy and Steichen. Okay.
Fleece Chris for
but like anybody
first.
that needs a quarterback, right? Miami. Anybody that needs a quarterback and is not picking number one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Arizona going with him over Kyler.
It kind of feels like you're trading in one problem for another.
Miami. I'm interested in Cleveland. If they don't. Like if they could add Jalen Hurts to their roster and use all of their draft capital the next 2 years on non-quarterbacks, can they get that roster back in shape?
Yeah, I think there would be enough interest that you could get a first out of someone.
Fascinating. They've had all what their cap situation. I know you can always maneuver stuff, but they've pushed so much money to the future. They can't. There's really no way of trading A.J. Brown.
It's when you look at it by like 2028, it just seems like he's not going to be on this contract at least. With it, he'll be making too much that it's like they're really Jalen Hurts.
Right. But they've got like there's like a tipping point a couple years down the road for a lot of Eagles players.
Yeah.
And they just drafted 12 times last year. Like I think they're starting this. Let's get young. We won our title. Let's start to get younger.
I mean, they have a lot of guys on rookie deals too that are playing well, which is kind of the secret sauce. So,
well, now the Lions, like they're similar, right? They've got all these rookie contract players that they're going to have to start paying. They've already started paying, but there's even more to pay in the coming years here. Monster drive for Miami here, under 6 minutes, 0 points right now.
Carson Beck statement drive. This is the one that gets
first
them,
round. Yeah.
If you can throw enough screens.
I've been using if not now when, hashtag if not now when, because everybody's Josh Allen, if not now, when. Is Josh Allen a choker? Is he dragging the worst roster to The cusp of greatness? What is he?
I mean, this was his
Regular
worst. This was
season
his worst
merchant?
game, but also like this was his worst receiving core. So,
Yeah.
but I floated out the theory that because I mean, 6'5", 250, he should just one off season learn to rush the passer, and he doesn't do it all season. In that
Where are you
in
going
that
with this?
in that game in the
Oh,
division
that's
in that game in the divisional round, that final drive that
You're
they
like
always
when
give
Joey
up the
Bosa's
score.
not getting it done, he's like, I'm going to go that side of the ball and get it
He
done.
comes in for that final drive where they always give
it.
up
Get it.
the score. He comes in and he
Right.
actually starts. 'Cause,
13 seconds, I'm going to take care of this myself.
Yes.
Got it.
I mean, look, you can't tell me that guy with one off season couldn't be a high end pass rusher. I mean, he just moves correctly. Like
I mean, I'm actually curious, even forget the one off season of training.
Yeah.
If you just told him, okay, you just scored, there's 35 seconds
Yeah.
left, the opposition has the ball.
Just go rush.
You are going to give up the score because your defense does that every time.
Yeah.
Go out there and stop it happening. Now, just by sheer force of will,
Yes.
can you get pressure and stop them scoring?
I would
was
trust him
fascinated
over.
By, I always wanted to see J.J. Watt actually play tight end.
Evan Mathis for years wanted
Walker,
he wanted
tight
one
end.
snap on the other side of the ball to rush the passer, and they never gave it to him.
Man, that was a turn I was not expecting. They're going for it. Own territory. Second effort. Did he get it? I think he got it.
I thought he did, but they're not spotting it nice.
That yellow line is like
Guy
a
down
foot and
below.
a half
This is
wide.
at their own 34. Punt and play defense people are upset, but they needed something.
He hit the
Sure.
line.
Oh, no, he's got it. He's
Yeah.
got it. Sigs.
Just need the
Living.
line.
So I think one of the biggest stories for the next 8 to 10 years in the NFL is how the new elite crop of quarterbacks,
Yeah, you got it.
Mahomes, Allen, Lamar,
Uh-huh.
how do they age?
Yeah.
Because we've never had the best quarterbacks in the league rely on their legs as much as they do. And I always couch it as, I'm not saying they can't win from the pocket.
There you go.
Oh, Carson Beck. Statement throw.
Layered throw, C.J. Daniels.
Well traveled. C.J. Daniels. Three schooler.
Where was he before T.J.
I'm going to start saying three schooler.
That's good. I like it.
Derogatory manner. Three schooler.
He was
Three schooler prospects,
elite
sir.
portal model guy. Little insight there. How do they age? The elite quarterbacks. Now it doesn't mean that they can't.
Yeah.
They have to, like Josh Allen can't play this style of football theoretically 6-7 years from now, right? Probably can't.
Mm-hmm.
It has never. It's always run its course. Whether it's Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Steve Young, like it's always run its course.
That's good. Well, how old was Newton when it really hit the wall? He had injuries, but
10
also
years.
like
He lasted
Yeah,
10 years.
he wasn't that old, right?
Not
When he
even.
so
just-
32, early 30s.
And you could say Allen is so durable, right? I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's absolutely true. But it's got to run out at some point.
Rodgers relied on his mobility quite a bit, and then you saw him have a second act as
Steve Young was pretty
a
old when
pure
he
pocket
went off,
guy.
right?
Rodgers is probably the best example.
What was
But let's-
2019?
Can we have an honest conversation about Rodgers?
Year 14 Rodgers.
But Rodgers in his last 10 seasons
Yeah.
since 2016 has had, if you include, let's say after 16, he's had 2 really good seasons.
Okay.
Production-wise, everything else besides that has been okay, above it, like slightly above
Yeah, I mean,
average.
17-18, the last 2 years of McCarthy was
But this is that's
Ugly.
every Rodgers team
Yeah.
goes
I mean-
into the same offense.
Yeah.
It's like Mike McCarthy's offense is stale, and then the Jets, Nathaniel Hackett offense is stale, and
Yeah.
now the Arthur Smith offense is stale, and it's like Rodgers kind of turns it into what he likes.
Steve Young was MVP and Offensive Player of the Year at 36 and then 37. And still,
But he didn't play much. Like he was a mobile quarterback. He didn't take hits like this, but he was a mobile quarterback, and it's like, how did he age? Fair question, but he didn't start until what? He was 30.
yeah, he didn't have the years under his belt, but he had the age,
But it's more about the years than the age, I would say.
maybe. But
It's more about the wear and tear than the age. So he had like 5 good starting years, right? 6 starting years until it started to break down.
yeah, I mean, he didn't get the starting gig until he was like 30,
Right.
for
So
real.
to me, it's more about the years. So it's going to be interesting, right? Mahomes, can they all win from
Yeah.
the pocket? Yes, but they're special because of what they do with their legs.
yeah.
So anyway,
It's an interesting take. And I do think, I think Lamar is the one I'd worry the most about because he's so, he's just such a different level of athlete. And even...
And the defense has to account for him with his legs in the design game more than anyone else.
And even last year when it was, his rushing numbers weren't great. His passing numbers were elite. Just watch a lot of the explosive plays. It's just him.
Well, also
6 seconds later after the snap, and then it's explosive plays.
But
that doesn't happen when he's 36.
This year is what it looks like.
This
year he was hurt.
Yeah.
You took a step off him, and suddenly everything looks wrong. Mm-hmm. This is exactly what it's going to look like when he's 30-something years old and he's lost a step.
Russell Wilson's probably what the worst case looks like. He was he was so good.
He's the highest paid player on this AFC Championship Denver Broncos team.
Yeah. That's another thing that doesn't make sense, right? We wrote off the Broncos.
He hasn't played there in 3 years.
Before last season. Before 23, before 24, just write them off because they just take all that dead money on Russell Wilson. It'll take time to rebuild it. They took the 6th quarterback in the draft, Bo Nix.
QB3.
Look where they are. QB3 for some. Thoughts on Arthur Blank? I don't like when we use Mr. for your billionaire friends. They have first names. Just because they're rich, they don't have to be Mr. How about that? Arthur Blank won Kevin Stefanski over by firing up some ribeyes himself.
Personally.
He did not have...
Man's man.
Right? He did not have the butler do it.
Yeah.
You want to know what my theory on that is?
Sure.
So I think Arthur Blank is the lunatic that everyone thinks Jerry Jones is, but on the quiet, because he's like a nice old man in a red suit. Nobody questions it. I think he's actually nuts, right? And I think he also knows that. So it's like, well, I can't show him the crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta be the everyman. I gotta cook the steaks. And then as soon as Stefanski signs on the dotted line, then it's like in the boardroom, you son, get it. Then he can break out the crazy.
It's a little pond.
You think he had a fake grill going, and there's well prepared steaks from the steakhouse behind the grill, and he's like, no, come out, I got this. He brings in
there's some guy just running in to lob a perfectly cooked steak on the grill and then legging it so it gets seen. But I think it's an act. I think it's a sham so that he's recruiting, right?
Yeah.
You got to put your best self forward until he signs, and then you can go back to being how you want to be. It's the only instance where a billionaire actually has to care about what other people think is the one time you're recruiting either a GM or a head coach.
I do wonder if Stefanski's. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a great fit for Penix.
Is anybody?
I've heard
That's
some.
Also.
Heard some rumblings that because I think to the outside, I don't know why I have a soft spot for Andrew Barry, Stefanski. I feel like they've done well given their circumstances that they may have opted into, which is Deshaun Watson. But rumblings that maybe the league isn't as high on that move. Stefanski
okay.
To the Falcons.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird, though, that the only people that were in love with Penix that much are the people that no longer work there. It's so who comes in to take over that?
Because they draft him. He's 8th overall quarterback, but would anyone have taken him top?
But if everyone
20?
else had him as a late first, early second round guy.
We got Tom Telesco, who was the Raiders GM. You're going to take off at halftime, by the way?
Yeah,
Is that
probably.
Still a plan? Appreciate you joining us, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
Special guest, Mike Renner. Tom Telesco confirmed on our show they would have gone Bo Nix over Michael Penix.
Good job, Tom.
So remember, Nix goes 12, Raiders pick at 13.
Yeah.
And there were rumors that they might take Penix, but he said they liked Nix. They were scared off by the injury stuff with Penix.
Yeah, fair. Oh,
missed it.
Miami misses.
ESPN Analytics wins again. They said go.
Always.
Playing
They
to
went
lose.
for it earlier in the drive just to get to him.
The analytics always says go.
Should have taken the points.
Has the analytics ever said to kick? Have they ever? Look at this. Green Bay South official in Miami.
I sent you the thing. Did you see the watch that Tom Brady had on the other day?
No.
He had on one of those Rolexes with the rainbow diamonds and stuff. Like, just the whole thing is just ice to oblivion, yellow gold.
On the broadcast?
Yeah.
Oh.
I looked it up, and the used market had it for like $550,000. Somebody else pulled it up and apparently knew it's like $1 million.
Yeah.
And he posted it on his Instagram story, right? It's like, how do you have good enough security in these things to be putting that out there?
Seriously. What was the one Derek was wearing? Like, how much was that you were showing?
That's a couple $100,000.
That's it?
He's got Richard meals. He's got several, I think, Richard meals.
It's weak.
Brady had, a fully iced
Oh,
out
Marcus
rainbow
Freeman.
roll.
Marcus is there. So hairline.
Hair's looking straight.
Yeah, from a
Definitely
distance.
not fake.
It looks.
Definitely not
the
the
further
case.
away you are from his hairline, the better it looks.
Good throw.
Ooh.
4 seconds. We got a Hail Mary. Let's test
Yes.
the arm strength. Arm strength test.
Here we go.
You used to make cut-ups of all the 50-yard throws,
Yeah.
right, for QBs.
When I had PFF
check it?
Ultimate.
Yeah. You still have that fired up. Potentially.
Shrine Bowl has it.
Shoot me the playlist. We got a Hail Mary probably coming up, or a 67-yard field goal. What are we going with? Gonna guess it's a Hail Mary.
He's not moving.
Let's see it. This game's moving okay. What time is this? Sam. They're asking about the hairline jokes. It's 9:14. What was kickoff? 7:50? Yikes.
I mean, look, you can be bald or you can have hair. What you can't do is be bald and then just spray paint on a fake line across your head.
I'll be doing that soon.
It just doesn't work.
I'll be spray painted soon. Chuck it up to Surratt or Becker.
You got 5 seconds. You could do a quick little.
Oh, they're up to 5 now. I thought
If
it
you're
was-
worried about Mendoza's arm getting in there, I'm not. But
Well,
you
5 yard
can get a
out.
little, yeah.
5
break a
yard
little
out
piece
to the
off.
boundary.
Nah, he's under pressure. Got it.
Oh, you
That's
got
too
it there.
early.
It's gonna get to.
Bad Hail
Oh.
Mary. It's a bad Hail Mary. Did he pick it?
No.
Why did he rush it? You can't. That's a red flag.
He was going to hit. He was going to get hit. He was
No,
worried.
Just buy some time.
That's not his game, Steve. It's a top of the broadcast.
Buy a little bit of time.
I already told you that.
No,
It's actually
half
close.
hour, half
It
time.
looked like it almost got through.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah. he
Yeah.
is. Yeah. That is Becker. That's the guy you throw to, though. Well, Michael, we appreciate you joining.
For sure.
Thanks
Now
for
you can have your mic back.
Thanks.
Put it in the right spot.
Maybe people can hear me. I don't have to yell. I don't have to yell as much now for the rest of the show. We'll set this up. You want to set this up for me?
No, I don't.
Come on. That's your job.
Cheers, Mike. We'll see you in.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, we'll do a little senior and shrine preview and
Get some
out
dinner
next
in
week.
Mobile.
yeah, we're gonna grab dinner. Find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find a good spot. Find a good spot for us. Michael Renner. Appreciate you.
Cheers, Mike.
That was fun. We're back. Just you and me now.
Mm.
R.I.P. Mike. Let me see if I can hook this thing back up.
The late Mike Renner.
The late once again, Mike Renner.
That's great. That should definitely be our thing. Every time we lose a guest, it's R.I.P.
R.I.P. Guest is gone. All right, I'm gonna take a minute here to people can watch me try to.
Have you located all the nuts and bolts that fell out of it, or are you just going on without those
There's 2 missing. I assume we don't need.
washers?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume we need the things that came in the packet for it, but whatever you got to do to get it connected.
Talk to the people.
Talk to the people.
What do you think of the game so far?
I mean, it's been relatively uninspiring. I think Indiana's the better team. I think they're going to win.
Yeah.
The
Miami
late-
could have used that field goal. I'll say that.
That's true. Should have had an Irish kicker, assuming they don't.
That was.
Those guys are going everywhere now. The leader kicking pathway, it's powerful. the first sort of crop of these young Irish kickers that all went over to colleges and signed with, small colleges are all now transferring to big one. Alabama just had a Irish kicker transfer to them. Like, they're all now having proven that they can kick at some smaller college, they're all now transferring to bigger colleges and actually getting a chance.
Interesting.
Does it turn out that the things you've lost are actually important to the connecting of the thing?
There's 2 washers on each side. I wonder, do I need both or can I deal with one?
Split them down, just one each side.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure here in front of millions of people, and not going well.
Yeah, well, it's under pressure now. Yeah, you're not a great DIY man at the best of times, let alone under pressure.
Never mind in front of
Right.
other people watching here.
This is top tier content. Steve struggling with washers.
Look how big my hand is compared to this. How am I going to get this thing?
It's I mean, really, I don't know how you do any of this kind of crap.
You got this for me?
I had to do this with my own, having returned home from the
See if I can do it
the New
without
York
it.
apartment, and that was kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't really want to do it again.
I'm going to do without it. This one's going to be
Washerless.
missing at least one here.
There we go. We're
There
in.
we go. Back.
Easy.
See that, Kelly? I'm not useless.
Right. That's the true halftime show. Steve screwing around with
Now we
a
have
washer and a
30
microphone.
more minutes of halftime here.
Brandon Darling, his excuse is big hands. I mean, his hands are preposterously large. Like, you don't.
Harry might have bigger hands than you now.
My hands are not that small.
Just saying.
It turns out they're cadet shaped, but they're not actually that small. Your hands are unreasonably large.
Cadet shaped hands.
Yeah, which I didn't know was a thing until I got back into the golf.
Looking for that golf glove.
Yeah, we're looking for a glove that fits, which has always been impossible until I discovered the world of cadet sizes.
What did I do? Oh, there's my computer. All right, we figured out ideas for the Super Bowl watch along, what we're going to do.
No.
And we need more ideas for Super Bowl week. Who do you want us to talk to? What should we do? Yeah, I can palm an NBA. I can palm a basketball pretty easily.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. And never wanted to be a pro wrestler. I'm not strong enough to do all that. Triple H did ask me to be his partner one time, though. He said, you should be my tag team partner. When Triple H was my first base coach for the Nashua Pride.
I think DeForest Buckner still owns the largest hands ever measured at the combine, and yours are, was it the same or like an eighth of an inch bigger or something?
It's close.
stupid?
It depends on the measurements. The Reuben Bane thing is going to be fascinating, not only because it was the spring measurements that
Fake.
apparently are null and
Fake
void.
measurements, yeah.
But when Joe Thomas was on our show years ago, and he was like, my arms were between 33 and 35, depending on the measurer, right? So if there's that much margin for error, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Not ready to write him off because it doesn't seem like an issue for him.
Well, not yet. He does look very good. He looks kind of like Brandon Graham.
Ooh, that's an interesting comp. Did you use Brandon Graham? You used that?
Well, everyone used that for David Walker last year, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, and then the Eagles drafted him.
Yeah.
Body type wise.
Yeah.
He'll be coming back next year
Right.
for them. Sean McDermott does an admirable job. Oh, did you see the press release by the Bills?
Yeah.
It was like right at the beginning. It was like, we thank Sean McDermott.
Oh, right, with
He's
the
done
typo in it.
an admirable job. It happens.
My favorite thing about, people have made the point that, okay, the argument is, well, Sean McDermott was the guy actually with all the personnel control. So if you want to blame the roster, that's his fault. That's why we fired him. And you're like, well, okay, but the follow-up to that is, so what exactly has Brandon Beane been doing for the last few years then? If McDermott was also running personnel, then what was his gig? Just getting pissed off at media people?
Yeah, he's McDermott's PR. My man didn't want receivers.
I mean, that might explain why he was so pissed off at media people if it wasn't his fault.
That is one of those things you don't always know is look, every personnel move, it's not like the GM goes in and he's like, here are my scouting rankings and here are my decisions.
Right, now draft who I want.
Right.
And
It's
shut up.
always a collaboration. And then it's a question of like who convinced whom, right? It's a discussion, right? It's like saying, where do you want to go out to eat? I want to go out here. You want to go out there. Let's weigh the pros and cons. All right, you weigh, like, your initial choice is where we're going. And I imagine every player on that roster had a little bit of McDermott carrot, wanted this guy more than Beane, and Beane wanted this guy more than that guy. Tomlin's the only one where it does sound like he may have had more influence, right, than anyone else. But, like, what did John Harbaugh have versus Eric DaCosta? Right? After 18 years, you're going to trust your coach. And a good GM is going to trust his coach to a point as well.
He's certainly going to have some input, even if he's nominally, not in charge of roster or whatever.
The people want to have now. Look, they're co-workers here.
It's only one of the cars probably has a restraining order
at the
against
33rd team. David and Derek, we got to talk to we got to talk to Harrison. Where's Harrison? Not in the chat here tonight.
I know, yeah.
We got to talk to our people about working with the cars. I mean, David doesn't remember blocking me on Twitter.
I don't think they had anything to do. I think it was
all
Darren.
It was all Darren. I was just trying to be Mr. Context. Like, look at these turnover-worthy plays in your 300 interception-less streak, whatever you had going on.
Maybe they're just less sensitive now that they're not in it,
Oh yeah.
Now
definitely.
they've stepped back from the game and they're
Yeah.
just analysts like
us. Yeah.
Maybe they're not as sensitive anymore.
Sometimes you got to criticize the players.
Like Beane's probably going to be a great guy once he's out of a job and he's in media or whatever, right? Once he's out of it, he won't be such a douche.
McDermott's going to be with us at 33rd team here for a minute while he's in between jobs. He'll be on the Wednesday calls, I'm sure. Got to get more people on the Wednesday calls. Get Zach on the Wednesday call.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll invite him. I'm gonna send him an invite. Get him over there.
I still want Zach going to Tampa Bay for Baker Mayfield stories.
I think that would be good.
I feel like a year.
I was really
of
hoping
Zach
he would
and
get the
Baker.
Detroit job.
That would have been a good one. I feel like though a year. Oh man, he could have had Dan Campbell stories. Damn it. But I feel like a year of Zach and Baker Mayfield would yield some very good stories.
Question about the membership benefits in the offseason. So the membership benefits include ad-free shows. So if you want, they come out a little bit later, so it's not live, but after the fact, all the shows are ad-free. So we do shows throughout the offseason, obviously, including still 3 times a week. So those are ad-free. Watch-along-wise, we won't have games to watch along.
Right.
But we want to do stuff like watching Playmakers, right? The old ESPN mini-series that they played in the mid-2000s or early 2000s, which was insane. I want to do some draft watch-alongs, right? So there's some other, like interactive perks like that.
If we're doing, and for memberships only, I think we could just do the thing where we like play Playmakers because it's not monetized, right? That's the problem with that stuff.
Yeah.
I think you might be able to just play that picture in picture.
And just go for it. But I mean, and if you do play it, you don't lose the video, you just lose the monetization.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Well, that's
Anyway,
what they
so,
get.
yeah,
They ding
right.
you with the copyright strike.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be like a straight up watch along.
Right.
Old draft. I want to do old drafts. I'll do it by myself if you don't want to do it. I don't care. Old drafts, Playmakers. So we'll hang out. Do some hangouts.
I feel like we should, I think a good, like breaking down the football scenes of the replacements would be good.
I swear there's a play in Remember the Titans where they pick up a fumble and run the wrong way, and I feel like I'm losing my mind every time I see it.
Because Mike Renner's suggestion was that Josh Allen effectively just become Daniel Bateman. Go get me the ball. Go get the ball.
Yeah.
And go get the ball. That was his plan. I like that as a suggestion, by the way.
Mohall wants the 1988 draft.
The one with Dion and Barry and
That was 89.
Derek. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right? 89 was legit, right?
What
That
was 88?
Aikman, Barry, Dion.
Yeah, like 4 of the 5 first guys were Hall of Famers, and the other one was Mike Mamula or whatever. Or Tony Mandarich. Which one was it?
I would love to get Mayock on the show.
Does he mean 80? So 88 was Andre Bruce, Neil Smith, Benny Blades, Paul Gruber, Ricky Dixon, Tim Brown,
Mohall,
Sterling
did you mean
Sharp,
89? I would watch 89.
Michael Irvin.
That would be fun.
Like 3 of the top 11 guys were Tim Brown, Sterling Sharp, and Michael Irvin, who I didn't realize were all
That's
in the
pretty
same
legit.
draft. Randall McDaniel later on in the first round.
I want to get May. So I want to do old. We might be able to get Telesco back because I want to rewatch a draft where somebody was involved.
That was a good draft. 88. It's not.
Yeah,
89.
I want one that I could remember either watching it or like paying attention to the league at that
89
time.
was crazy because it was Troy Aikman, Tony Mandarich, and then Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders. Like 4 of the first 5 were Hall of Famers, and the other one was one of the greatest busts of all time.
The Joey Harrington draft. I've watched a lot of the 2000s drafts over the last couple of years.
Is that 02?
02, yes. For Harrington. I've watched a bunch of those recently, and it's actually funny how many times Berman, it was like Kuiper's board was gospel, right? You know how people are like, PFF grades aren't gospel,
right.
You idiots, right? Like we get it.
So like he was
Fine.
the only guy that did this. So
but
it was like,
every pick, it was like, well, this is a reach.
Right.
Because
Kuiper's board said so.
And honestly, there's probably some truth to it because he wasn't just ranking them. He was crowdsourcing, and, right? There was a little bit of that. And it was kind of like a consensus board.
They still do that. I mean, like he spent 2 days bitching about Shedeur Sanders last year.
Because of his board,
right? Because his board had him as like the number 1 player in the draft or whatever. So we had like their entire coverage for like 3 days was just with everyone's an idiot. Everyone's an idiot because Shedeur is the number 1 player on the board and has been for like the last 12 hours worth of drafting.
Got everybody riled up.
To the point where people are like, okay, Mel, you've made your point. Shut the hell up now. We should watch a 98 Vikings game for Randy Moss. That would be a good thing to do. The Thanksgiving.
You want to watch him against my Jags?
No, I would watch either the Thanksgiving game against Dallas or the one against Green Bay where he went off for some insane number and just completely took the piss against their secondary.
I'd love to do that. The 98 game against the Jags, Brunell was hurt. Jags hung in there, and then they ran. It was like 50-10.
Honestly, most of the games that season you could do are pretty funny. But like the first game against Tampa Bay is pretty hilarious because of just how much he shocked them. Any game against Chicago that year is funny. The Green Bay ones are funny.
Yeah, I'd love to watch. I'd watch 98 Vikings, just not the Falcons.
Look at the wind in Miami.
The Falcons were fun that year. Like we're in this middle of this year where like journeyman Sam Darnold's 1 game away from the Super Bowl. That was Chris Chandler that year.
Yeah. Those Falcons teams for that sort of few-year run, they must have been really good because their quarterback situation wasn't. And they were still...
They weren't good. They were only good in 98, though, the Falcons.
But how were they... I mean, obviously,
they had a
Jamal
one-year
Anderson
run.
ran for 2,000 yards or whatever.
They had a 1-year run because Jamal Anderson had a great year. Chris Chandler he was a journeyman, right?
Yeah.
Was it Arizona and then the Oilers? So he bounced around a little bit. He just had like that good efficient season. They had, was it Mathis on the outside? They had a couple good outside speed receivers. But the NFL, that happened back then. I'd say more than it happens now. I know within the last 10 years we've seen Nick Foles, we've seen Jimmy Garoppolo.
Joe's in the chats. He's referencing the year Corey Chavis was an NFL draft one year where he's referencing Reggie McNeil, where he had the top prospect of some dual threat quarterback from Texas A&M, and the player didn't get drafted until the 5th round. He's never been on NFL coverage again.
Who did that?
Corey Chavis. Remember Corey Chavis was like the draft? He was like
That's right.
super into the draft, and then he just disappeared. I think there was something I think there's a reason he disappeared that wasn't he had Reggie McNeil as his top player one year. But it is true that that's the case. And when phrased like that, it's quite funny.
The funniest, really, I got to say something in a second here. Walt is in the chat, first of all. This is the first.
Reggie McNeil ran like a 4.3, by the way.
Is this the first evening show that Walt's ever made?
He must have finished the steak or whatever.
The one we have to watch is when the former Broncos executive, I can't remember who it was, just trashed Chester McLaughlin on the show. Do you remember that? I sent that to you recently. I'll send it to you again. It was jarring, man. They were talking about he had just signed with Denver. No, it wouldn't have been Denver. I forget who he had just signed with. But he just goes, he's in the middle of this good analysis and he goes, except they have Chester McLaughlin. Can't stand that guy. Like, he's going to ruin everything. Like, whatever it was, I got to find it. It was unbelievable.
I do kind of miss back when, people were just unfiltered more. I mean, now it's just idiotic talk straight, but people rarely, I guess Rex Ryan still does.
Oh, man, where was it? I'm gonna go nuts looking for this, but I think I posted it recently, like excuse me, within the last couple of years.
That's not that recent.
That's recent.
In the last couple of years?
Like I was rewatch drafts every couple of years, and it came up.
That's like a Dan Lebitard poll. What's recent? Last couple of days, last couple of weeks, last couple of years.
Last couple of years. For this case, for discussing Chester McLaughlin, that's recent. Oh man, I can't find it right now. Did somebody have an answer for me? It was like, and all the rest of the announcers were just like, "Whoa, all right, how do you really feel?" And that was his last draft. Whoever that was, never came back.
They remade Scrubs. This is like back.
Why? Scrubs kind of ran its course, didn't it?
Well, yeah, like properly ran its course. I mean, they ended it.
Ooh, that's a great idea. Mohal's always got the good ideas. First NFL game that we ever saw. What was the first game?
I have no idea what the first NFL game I saw was.
It's not the first one. The first Super Bowl I remember watching was Niners-Bengals, 88 season.
I mean, the first game I would have seen would be some random-ass game in like 88 or 89.
What's the first Super Bowl you remember watching? You know where I was. Uncle Anthony's house.
Uncle Anthony's house.
I'm at Uncle Anthony's house for Niners-Bengals, Montana comeback.
Let me see. What was the first one I definitely would have watched?
Probably that year, I bet.
Which year?
Niners-Bengals. Niners-Bengals, and then Niners-Broncos the next year, and then the Bud Bowls were my favorite. Bud Bowl was just genius marketing. Those ads were incredible. All the Budweiser, Bud Light stuff was.
Mine would have been much later. The ones that I actually saw live. Like, it's probably. It's probably one of the Denver ones. 98 or 899.
Oh, really? That's it? Some of the Super Bowls I remember. So what the Denver Green Bay one, I remember. No, that doesn't matter. That was a good one, though. That was a good game.
It might have been the first Denver one. Denver over Green Bay might have been the first one that I watched live.
What did you watch, like, the next day or wherever? When you say live, you just mean?
Yeah, at like stupid o'clock in the morning.
But, like, when were you watching, and, like, when did you start caring about the Super Bowl? That you watched it, like, within the next day or whatever? I'll wait. I don't care. We have a prediction that Miami is going to win this game despite being down 10 here at the half.
Probably one of the Dallas ones.
Dallas and the Bills.
Yeah.
Now, the Steelers won in 95. That was when Uncle Anthony was like, Neil O'Donnell's on the take, right? A couple bad picks.
The Steelers won? What?
95. Cowboys, Steelers. Cowboys beat the Bills twice, and then the Steelers in 95.
Yeah, the Cowboys won, not the Steelers.
Cowboys.
Right.
But the Steelers
game. Not
game
the Steelers
against
won.
the Cowboys
Right.
is the one I'm saying.
Right. You said the Steelers won. That was confusing.
Of the Cowboys
Right.
Super Bowls is what I was going with. Anyway.
O-N-E, not W-O-N.
Yes. Exactly. I thought the way I put the emphasis on the syllable would
Well, it's
would
the
give
same.
that away.
It's a
The
homonym.
I understand, but I would have said the Cowboys won or the Cowboys won.
No, I think that the emphasis would be the same. It's a homonym. It's just a different meaning.
That's the best. We're hanging out. You impressed by Ruben Bane so far?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. He's legit. So programming-wise, we'll have normal Wednesday show. We do have to talk about a lot of the coaching hires on Wednesday. So we'll get the full analysis on that. Renner and I are going to record something to get a preview for the Senior and Shrine Bowls. So you guys will have that. By the end of the week, we'll have a little preview.
Forgot Renner was like on the staff with the Shrine Bowl.
Yeah. So I was sensitive, right? There's been some back and forth between
It's a
Shrine
rivalry.
personnel and Senior Bowl personnel. Now, Jim Nagy was a big part of that.
Yeah.
He's off to college, to OU.
We haven't had a chance to feel out how the new regime treats it.
Yeah. Galco and Nagy, they were at a spat. It was like the talk of, was the Combine last year? Senior Bowl, maybe? Maybe it was the Senior Bowl. We're like, what's going on? They're all attacking each other. Friends are fighting. So I was like, I don't know if Renner's even allowed. Is he allowed to go to the Senior Bowl? I don't know what it was like, but he'll be there, and we'll talk about it. And then you and I will do our first mock draft. Last year we did like a rapid-fire, quick-hitting mock draft to kick things off. Just kind of get a feel for the players, where everybody's picking, just introduce it to the crowd. We'll do that as well.
Yep. College halftime lengths are absurd.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
We made it.
10 minutes, get in, get out.
It depends, man.
Get your
Like
ass
when
back
I'm
on
at
the field.
home, like I told the kids one of the games the other, I'm like, at halftime I'm going to cook dinner for you guys.
Yeah, like a whole meal.
But like for college, I can do it. For the NFL, but you can't get it done.
No. Well, the NFL,
But
it's
for
got to be
college, I could get my chores done. I do.
because you don't have a microwave. See, the NFL would be microwave. College, we can reach the oven.
Firing up a steak.
Yeah.
Man, I did the indoor steak again the other day. Did whole house.
Can't have it.
It's terrible.
Even in the, it's 10
I
degrees
convinced myself it's just one. It'll
No.
be okay.
It's 10 degrees outside. I'm still using the grill outside
Yeah.
to do a steak because they can't deal with the smoke alarms going off. I also took the smoke alarm off the the ceiling the last time.
That was a whole 25-minute halftime. Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it is insane. All right, we're back. 15 minutes. There's the snap.
Mendoza's
Crowd's
averaging
tapping out.
2.1 seconds to throw.
Yeah, it's been quick. Halftime stats, you've got Mendoza's 12 of 17 for 116. They have 53 yards on the ground, which included sacks, but they haven't been sacked. Have they? Yeah, Indiana has one sack. Nope. Something's going to happen. Speaking of getting sacked. There it is.
Ruben Bane's
Box scores ahead.
Ruben Bane's lower half is huge.
Yeah.
Dude's a monster.
It's Akeem Mesidor with the sack there. It's a legit defensive line, man. It's legit. Four-man rush, little stunt. Left tackle gets smoked, or left guard gets smoked. Or trips, if O-line Twitter's here. Got tripped.
They'll come after you.
Run a little draw on
Face
third
mask?
and long. Let's see if Miami can get anything going. Carson Beck just 6 of 10 for 49 yards here.
Got a face mask in there?
Oh, that's a disastrous penalty. What?
I think that's what it was. His head went in a weird angle as he went through the line there.
Oh, you cannot think of a worse. Yeah, Mendoza's fist pumping. You cannot have a worse penalty on a give-up draw on third and long to just hand them a first down.
Automatic? Yeah, look here. Yep. Oh, he's only just got it as well.
That's like the illegal contact on 3rd and 22
Yeah.
in the NFL, which you don't have in college here. Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't a penalty. I'm just saying that's bad ball for Miami. Bad football.
It is funny, like, so the Irish league use college rules, not NFL rules.
Oh, yeah.
So we had stuff like, there's no the
Don't have to touch them down. No,
well, like the one knee you're down thing, but also like
I don't know what Holly's showing us, but
chalk of some description for some reason.
Chalk for the grip in sweaty Miami.
I guess. But also like no illegal contact beyond 5 yards. Like you can, as long as you're in front of them, you can play it the whole way.
Yeah. We talk about that every year for scouting purposes for corners, right? Oh, he just got pushed, didn't he?
Yeah.
What? No flag?
He's not even looking for it either.
He didn't get pushed in the back?
Looked like he did. But.
Surratt? It's 3rd and 9 now after this incompletion. Surratt's not a great.
And there, yes.
He just gets pushed in the back, and it wasn't timed up well, I don't think.
Oh, okay. So that's also a penalty.
Right, so we watch corners, and it's like they're contacting down the field in college. Is that just good football, or are they really handsy, and that's going to be tough to translate? Mohall, don't get me started. Sacks count as negative rushing yards in college football.
Oh,
Look at Bane.
got him.
Oh, Bane is good. Kid is good. And that's a legit left tackle that he just beat, Carter Smith. It's a good rush. I don't think he's got the best get off for an edge, but he's got power and bend. How did he get around here? It's pretty solid. Mendoza could have gone up more, but that was a pretty clean win, I think, for Ruben Bane. Negative rushing yards in college. It is obnoxious, right? You see a quarterback that has 6 carries for negative 26 yards. Here's my least favorite thing, because you guys know me. This is our family here. You guys know how much
Tony's
nice return. How I hate bad analysis. College football analysts, Sam, they know that sacks count as negative rushing yards, and they will still tell you with a straight face, oh, man, they really stopped the run. They had 20 carries for 22 yards.
This is what I'm saying. People don't think anymore. People have abdicated thought. They've abdicated using your brain to actually come to a conclusion based off empirical data in front of you. What you have is just a set of numbers, and you're triggered. You're like automatically, the pathways are set in your brain to just read the presumed conclusion based off these numbers. And nobody anymore has the ability to actually question whether that's true or not.
And then, like, I think Texas Tech led the nation in run defense this year. It's like, yeah, they had David Bailey and Romello Height and Lee Hunter. They had these sack artists all over. It's all because they're pass rush. It's crazy. And then when we went to when we started college for PFF, I said, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right? So PFF always made it a point that the traditional stats would match the NFL. Right? So at PFF, they try to say, okay, all the passing yards equal passing yards. We'll just match the NFL box scores. I said, no, we're not doing that for rushing. We're going to have real rushing yards and then treat rushing yards like the NFL does. So then you'd be like, oh, this stat doesn't match the NCAA. It's like, good.
Yeah, because the NCAA was stupid.
They need to fix it.
Why haven't they fixed it? It's like blatantly an idiotic concept.
Dan Orlovsky's asking for Ruben Bane's NFL comp. You want to just read the answers? Will Anderson, Jared Verse, Micah Parsons, Jared Verse, Dwight Freeney, Bryce Huff.
None of those are good.
Chase Young, Terrell Suggs.
Why don't we?
Melvin Ingram is what I think Daniel Jeremiah's used.
That's the closest
Maybe
one so
Dan
far.
Brugler. Melvin Ingram, Brandon Graham would be.
Yeah, those are those are the closest so far. I've lost the name of the guy.
Cameron Jordan-ish?
No. Did you see Cameron Jordan recently, by the way, has like shaved his head and shaved off his beard and stuff?
I didn't notice. I only brought up Jordan because he was one of those guys that I thought would always play defensive tackle, and he was like a power edge his whole career and was fine doing it. Miami fans boo Peter Warrick for his Hall of Fame honor here. Yes. That's great.
I'm trying to think who's a short, stout, chunky edge rusher.
Edge rusher. I'll give you Lamar Houston.
Yes, that's a great one. That's an excellent one. Good work.
Thank you.
That's good. That's good.
It's only January, and that's the one idea all year that you're going to like.
It is. That's excellent. You've already, January the 19th.
I haven't put it. I'm going to quote tweet and just go with that. And,
write that down. Don't forget that. That's a good one.
I'm going to have it out in the ether right now.
Yeah, do it.
I want to be like Nate Tice and just have the most obscure comps possible. Because every answer is like, who's the guy that I like? Verse, Parsons. I'm going to go obscure. Lamar Houston. He may have been pushing 300. Wasn't he listed at 305 or so?
He was definitely
pushing.
pushing.
There you go. There's a guy.
This is who I was trying to remember.
Trent Cole, yeah.
Yeah.
In the old 4-point wide 9.
Yeah. I don't think Trent Cole was as chunky, though.
He was 6'2", 270, wasn't he?
But he wasn't. He's not as thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'3", 270.
I love the Indiana linebackers and safeties and corners, actually, but they just all make plays. 2nd and 5 is where we are. Wide zone here to Fletcher. Got a little momentum. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. We got a game.
Housed it.
We got a game.
Dude, is this a typo?
That was a smooth run. That was well blocked. Never got touched.
According to this, Trent Cole was listed at 6'3", 270, right? Would you like to know what his combine weight was?
252.
236.
236.
That has to be a typo.
Maybe he wasn't really 270.
Put on 40 pounds.
I got to see the blocking on this Fletcher touchdown. Having a little dessert here.
What do you got?
Cookies. Fat.
Wheatley Humphrey.
Orlovsky said Bears. Houston played more for the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
Google it, Dan. He's talking to me.
Didn't he then go?
I'm going to ask him to join the show while he's talking to me.
Yeah, do. I
Did he
know.
go to the Bears? Yeah. Oakland Bears.
No, Houston's a good one. That's a good comp. I like that.
Lamar Houston. Where is he? Did I lose him? 6'3", 274. I thought there was a point where he listed at 305. I don't know why that number was in my head.
I don't know if he listed, but he was definitely heavier than 270. Like he was pushing 300 at least for a while.
He had. Where are the sack totals? Why can't I read? Never had more than 8 sacks. I thought he was a little better pass rusher than that. He was a good player, though.
Yeah, he weighed 305 at the combine.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I knew that number was in my head. I mean, I think Bane's a better player than him, but we're talking like stylistically.
Yeah, because he was a defensive tackle in college and then slimmed down and played on the edge.
Yeah. The other guy, Henry Melton in Texas.
Yeah.
D-tackle. The Bears used to always have the revolving door of undersized tackles.
Yeah.
Tommy Harris.
Yeah.
Melton. That was the fun thing when Neil was killing us with doing 06 and 07 games, wasting our time. But it was fun going back, watching some of those games. It was only 6 or 7 years prior, right?
Yeah.
But, it was kind of fun going back and watching some of those. But, man, I lost some eyesight, man. I think I went from 2015 to 2040 or something. I don't know. How's that work? Trying to watch that SD.
Oh, dude, that was brutal.
Which players in the game go in the first round? So you got Mendoza, obviously, for Indiana. Ruben Bane for Miami. Renner suggesting Akeem Mesidor. I keep getting him confused with Moten. so let me not screw that up. Not Mesidor, I mean Moten. He's suggesting maybe Moten comes out. I don't know if he's a first rounder. Mwanga, the right tackle for Miami, number 61. He'll go in the first round, maybe top 10. That might be it. Indiana, the only other people, that guy, wide receiver Omar Cooper, I remember I was just mentioning, I texted Renner about him this summer. I was like, you got to watch this guy. And he liked him. And he's, early this season, Renner was like, I think Omar Cooper's a top 50 player. I'm like, oh, look at you, on board. And now he's like, he could sneak into the first round the way he moves. So Omar Cooper for Indiana at wide receiver. I doubt it, but he'd be the other guy. So there's really only the three, Mendoza, Bane, and Mwanga, and they could all go top 10. But that's about it. That's why when people ask, oh, what if 2019 LSU were to play this Indiana team, and you go 2019 LSU's Burrow throwing to Chase, Jefferson, Terrace Marshall, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. I mean, it's just NFL players everywhere. You don't have that in this game or for Indiana. But you just have good, solid players across the board. Miami center Brockermeyer, I don't think he's a first rounder necessarily. I'd have to watch him closer though. Man, that was a pretty smooth, easy run there for Fletcher.
Yeah.
Oh, they got all their rushing yards on that one play. Miami has 77 official rushing yards, and Fletcher's got 57 on that one. Oh, Indiana's got some life.
Their running backs look pretty good every time I've seen them.
Yeah, this guy, Hemby, was he came in the portal from, I want to say, UL Monroe. Did some scouting of him last year for a client. Hemby and Black, pretty good 1-2 punch. They got the good receivers. They got Mendoza. It's a good offense. It's good all around. First and 10, 10:30 or so left right now. The other Miami tackle, watch their left tackle next time they're out there. Markel Bell. He's listed at 6'9", 345. He feels bigger than that, though. Dude's huge.
Someone in the chat asking about Lamar Woodley for a comp as well. That's kind of an interesting
Woodley's
one.
a good, yeah. Lamar Houston, maybe that's who I like better.
No, Woodley's smaller than that, I think.
He kind of the big thigh, lower body, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's a much smaller player, though.
Indiana's QB next year is going to be Josh Hoover, transferring in from TCU. He's had a pretty good couple years at TCU. He's a good player. So that's going to be the interesting thing about college, right? Like in the NFL, when you talk team building, you want to draft well. You draft and develop. You retain your guys. You sprinkle in free agency. In college, you still want to recruit well, but there's always a chance you could lose all your players. And so if you're going to live and die by the portal, you got to be good every year. Oh, man. That's a drop.
And dropped it again.
That's bad, Surratt. I'm a big Surratt fan. That is a huge drop, though.
Well, he caught it twice and somehow still dropped it.
That was bad.
Goes over his head.
I don't think he's got... Oh,
That
man.
might be a fumble.
Did he have it long enough?
I mean, look, he's got it.
Here, catch.
He puts it away.
No. That's a bad play. Mwanga is the right tackle is the best player on the Miami O-line. Canes have a chance here. What I was going to say, though, it's hard. Like, you have to hit in free agency basically every year in the portal, and it's a challenge.
Well, like, are you at the point where
Maui Noah. I apologize. Yeah, Maui Noah.
is there even any point in recruiting well anymore?
Yes.
Because you're not going to keep them if they're good and they're buried on their depth chart.
Yes, but it is one of the biggest challenges is trying to figure out how much you want to pay those players. And like Texas Tech went and got Felix Ojo, the top tackle, one of the top tackles in the draft.
Right, because you have to pay them now. So are you better off almost just letting somebody else go and find the good players and then pay them in the portal next time around, not risking that your freshmen suck.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the benefit of drafting and then getting the first negotiation with players,
right? Or
trading for a player before they hit free agency and get to like that first negotiation to re-sign them. That's the potential benefit, but there's always the risk because they could be free agents every year, right? They just bail.
Whatever about the fact that I don't like college football generally, but like the entire system at the moment is an absolute joke. Like all of it.
It is.
I don't know what the solution is, but there needs to be some complete and total overhaul because at the moment it's a complete disaster. I saw Josh Pate on Rich Eisen talking about, he said something like at all levels, so FBS, FCS, et cetera, there's like 12,000 kids in the portal.
Yeah.
There's like 3,000 just in the FBS.
Yes.
And the thing is, you can't just be like, all right, nobody came calling, so I want to come back now. Because they're like, well, no, we moved on. You left.
Yeah. Josh was talking about that, yeah.
And some of them are like, some of them are like, well, you left, so we had to go and find a replacement, and we found one. But some of them are just being spiteful. They're like, no, you left, you bailed on us, screw you.
I'll go one step further. I've talked to college coaches who say, right, because they'll have a kid will have like 2 sacks on a Saturday, and then roll in on Monday and ask for a raise.
Yeah.
And he'll say, I want to get paid,
right,
or I'm leaving. And if it's before week 4 or 5, they can leave and get their redshirt year back. They're all fighting to just get 5 straight years, whatever. And it's just crazy. And then
but the thing is, because
coach told me, he's like, I'm going to tell kids, like, if you want more money, leave.
Right.
Like, if you're locked in for the rest of the year, I'm not dealing with that.
But also, like, because there are no rules and regulations, like, why wouldn't they do that?
Well, then on top of that, it's the agents, right? The agents
sure,
aren't certified,
yeah.
and you have crazy people like Brad Spielberg.
But like, as long as you're going to have no rules like that,
yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, like
right.
There's no reason not to try and maximize anytime you do anything good. Like, why wouldn't you go for looking for a raise?
And the discourse around it, right? Everything's got to be black and white, and there's no gray area. If you say anything like, it's the Wild West, it's too crazy, we need rules and restrictions, somebody's like, you don't like capitalism, you against player empowerment. It's like, you could be for the players getting paid. Like the coaches who come out and they're like, this is crazy, everybody can leave. And people are like, you hate the players,
right.
You don't think they should get paid. It's like, have some nuance here. They have to build a roster and have some semblance of consistency and structure.
Yeah.
And the players should get paid, right? Absolutely.
I mean, look.
And you just find the best way to make it all work.
It's the thing about capitalism as a concept is it needs certain guardrails in order to function.
Right. It's not restriction free.
Right. Now, there are people out there that believe in like free market in every capacity in all ways, and it'll sort itself out. I think those people are insane. I think capitalism needs some defined guardrails in various forms, otherwise the whole thing spirals out of control. College has no guardrails anywhere anymore, so it's all just chaos.
I mean, would a sport ever be true capitalism though? Because you have people competing for a specific goal of a championship. Of course you have.
Well, that's the thing. Like
you
everywhere,
have rules the same way. It's like it's a 100-yard
so
field.
Look at
right?
soccer, right?
Rules.
Soccer's economy went to the moon. Like it went insane. The player wages went crazy. Everything spiraled out of control. And then, so in order to keep up, all these clubs just kept dumping more and more money into it, and eventually, like they kept going bust, right? So there was this series of football clubs that were spending so much money, more than they could sustain, and went bankrupt. And eventually, football authorities have to sort of step in and try and create some kind of financial guardrails and, financial fair play and all this kind of PSR and blah, blah, blah. You can't, theoretically it was unfettered capitalism for a while. But then the result of that was all these places going completely bankrupt, and they didn't want that. So you've got to step in and create some guardrails somewhere. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Looks like a good throw from Carson Beck. C.J. Daniels unable to haul it in. Miami to punt. You must love the rugby punts. No.
No.
As a voter for the Ray Guy Award, I appreciate them. People don't know as much as I detest special teams. That I vote on the Ray Guy Award every year.
I wonder what the Ray Guy people think of your detesting of special teams.
I'm sure they don't watch. There's no chance they watch the show.
Kind of want to tune in to Brandon Beane's first press conference. I'm really hoping a Bills reporter asks him what his thoughts are on the wide receiver situation.
Do you think you got McDermott fired because the wide receiver situation was so poor?
The best tweet about it I saw was somebody. Wow, got him. They quote tweeted the Schefter,
Mesidor,
report,
man.
whatever, and they quote tweeted it with the Bane Batman scene from the plane. He's like, "They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother."
So we're seeing a ton of we're seeing Harbaugh, DaCosta, McDermott, and Bean, guys that have worked together forever.
God, he did well to hold on to that ball.
And for whatever, is that eventually does that become tripping?
Yes.
He's using his legs
Kinda,
to tackle him.
Yeah.
We got 2nd and 18, 7:30 left if you're trying to match us at all. The Bugler should make an appearance. Where? Oh, in Man City's financial investment.
115 charges, which will just never amount to anything ever. They'll somehow string that along until they just give up.
But you have these long-standing, it'd be like 33rd team. It's like one of you guys got to go, and we just start lobbying against each other, and then I keep the show and you don't.
Seriously,
and
I honestly think I think a huge proportion of turnover in coaches, GMs, whatever, every year is. I don't know if this is just because they all come from some kind of most of them come from some kind of corporate world, right, where this tends to happen. But it's like they owners, in their eyes, accountability is this was a suboptimal achievement year, so somebody has to go, right? And I don't even care who, right? You tell me who needs to go. Figure it out amongst yourselves. Go out, go into a room, come out, one of you come out, and that guy keeps his job, whatever the system is, but somebody's got to go. And it's like, is that even a sensible process at all?
As you're talking through that, I feel like we may have experienced let's say a more Bengals or Cowboys-like situation where there was some disappointment. You thought somebody might go.
Yes.
And they didn't.
Well, that's the thing. So this is why, if you read Mike Brown's statement at the end of this season, it's entirely reasonable, right? It's like these guys got us to a Super Bowl before. They've already shown that they are capable of putting us in the big game, and we were close to winning that game against the Rams. Just because this was a disappointing year, I don't believe that they stopped being the right guys, right? That's a perfectly sound argument to make, particularly in the light of what I've just said, right? As a counter to that, it's actually very measured and smart. The problem is it's Mike Brown, and everyone just assumes, but you're just being cheap. And they might be right? So it's hard to give them credit for that way of thinking when you're like, you just don't want to fire them because you'd have to pay them out. And they may well be completely accurate in that assessment. So that's the problem. If it was somebody other than Mike Brown making that argument, I'd have a lot more time for it.
I think about the turnover, though.
But I genuinely believe so many of these firings happen because the owner just comes in and says, this was a 6-win season. That's not good enough. Somebody's got to get fired.
Think about the investment that the Falcons made it was 2 years of Raheem Morris, but the investment that they made in Michael Penix.
Yeah.
Right? And James Pierce and Jalen Walker. And you could say, well, they kept Ulbrich in town. And that's probably the reasoning for Arthur Blank. And I know that was a question that came up. They're like, they wanted to keep him as defensive coordinator, in part because he's under contract.
Yeah.
And he did a good job, and they turned around that defense. So I think Arthur Blank feels like he got best of both worlds. They got a new head coach with some experience, offensive mind, pair him with Ulbrich, and we won't throw away these draft picks on the defensive side that seem to have worked. Thanks, Terry Fontenot, that worked. But the investment that they made in Penix and bought into what Terry and Raheem and everybody was putting in, and just like, you can just throw it away and it's gone, and it's like, and then you're done. And it's like, all right, Stefanski, you inherit him, and maybe he'll like him, but like they really liked Penix.
Yeah.
Enough to take him at 8 despite having Kirk Cousins.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's why that process of like it was a 4-win season, so somebody's got to get fired. It strikes me as pretty stupid, because it's not just like, you're not just swapping out one guy for a new guy. You might be swapping out one guy who's actually connected fairly significantly with a bunch of players that are still on the roster. Like, you can't necessarily just swap them out, put in a new guy, and it's all good. Like, you need to have a pretty good reason for moving away from that guy, and you might need a reason beyond shit happened and we won 4 games this year.
But then you look around and you say, well, Vrabel did it in a year, and Mike McDonald did it in 2 years, and Sean Payton did it in, is he in year 4 now, right? 3? 1 with Russ and 2 with Knicks. You see other teams do it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And you look around and you're like, well, this is doable, right? We can redo this.
Yeah, I mean, my point is more, what's stopping the current, like, this team might bounce back from the 4-win season next year as well, right? Like, just because they had a bad year does not just mean you should fire people. But I think that's like I feel like that's a very corporate America just way of doing things.
Someone's got to go, right?
We underachieve, therefore somebody's got to answer with their job. Yeah. It's like, well, what if, like, can't people just do badly one time and then learn from it?
No.
Or even just do badly because of circumstances outside of their control, and then they're still good.
I know it feels like corporate America, but it's also fandom as well.
Maybe, yeah.
I think college football, I mean, we're seeing it in the NFL. What a year this has been. The number of college jobs where big-time names got fired, and then NFL jobs.
Yeah, I'm sure fandom is a big part of it, but I sort of feel like boardroom people, right? Like, if you come in, like, if you told any of these people that their original business, whatever it is, your business lost its ass this year, right? You were supposed to grow 25% year on year, and instead you contracted by 50%, right? Their automatic thing would just be, well, someone's getting fired. Who is it? Yeah. Like, who is responsible for this disaster? Fire him now, right? Even though, like, maybe COVID hit or something, right? Like, the thing that caused you to contract 50% is completely outside of your control. And it doesn't mean the guy in charge is now an idiot. I just feel like that's the natural reaction to these people, and they take it into the organization.
Short on 3rd and 7. They're going to punt again.
After, like, a massive turnover-worthy play.
Not a lot of offense in this one. Safeties and linebackers. Working downhill, they tackle. Other than the Fletcher run, Indiana can do it. The other interesting dynamic, the SEC, used to always have the best defensive linemen and the best athletes, and they're just more dispersed.
Block,
it's
punt.
A block and a touchdown. This game's over. Wow. Punt block, touchdown, Indiana. Kamara gets it. Oh, wow. What a play.
Now, a true rugby player would have pulled it down and then kicked it with his
you can't kick it right into it. That's what I was about to say, Mohal, right? NIL. The SEC used to have the bag man. They used to have the money. Now the money's in oil, and Mark Cuban's buying rosters and the whole thing.
Finally, Texas back on top. Is Texas back?
The Indiana fans are on super delay.
Legitimately is. There's like an Indiana fan somewhere else fairly close in this building.
It's like the yoga studio or something's having a watch party. Maybe we're going head-to-head with the yoga studio.
No, we're never winning that. There's Mark.
This is what I bought.
Mark Cuban in his Indiana T-shirt. Oh, doink.
We get a doink.
Doink through.
It goes in. It's Indiana's year.
If you can doink
the old school, just normal extra point. We've had about 10 years now. I think it's been 10 years since they moved the extra point back. Feels like yesterday. Man, that's poor.
Yep. Not good, Bob.
I don't think he could have read it. Like, that should have been blocked. 87 just let him go. Why'd you let him go? Special teams only matters when it matters.
It only matters when it matters.
Right? That's what I always say.
That's what you, yeah, always.
Doink extra point should be worth it too. I like that. It's good to have Mike join a little bit. It's funny, Sam. I did a podcast this morning, and guys asking me about my takes on everything, and I feel like he was surprised by like how he's like, that's good insight, that's different. I'm like, it's not even that it's good. I still feel like we not that we see the game differently, we just have different perspective on a lot of different things from a lot of people. At one point, he was like, I could tell you're not really into the hot takes. And I'm like, no, I'm not at all. Why do we have to? I know it's the playoffs, and I know it's Monday morning after the playoffs. Why can't we just have a reasonable – I mean, even McDermott and you're literally like in one Allen pass, one Brandon Cooks catch away from – they're playing in the AFC Championship in New England and probably favored.
Right.
And – you're like one play away, 2 plays away. Now, when you're one play away multiple years for Buffalo in particular, it's like, man, that's tough.
That's the thing. It's like,
how do you solve that?
I mean, I said coming out of this, it was going to be really hard for them not to do something significant, just because they hadn't for so many years. And it's like, at some point, you probably do have to accept that the thing is not mathematically possible at this point.
Could you imagine if it was a 3-point loss to Kansas City, though?
Right.
Look how big the left tackle is, by the way. Just watch him on this play. Engulfs people. Not a good play to watch him.
No.
But if it was Kansas City,
but it's like, again, I think that poker analogy is the right one for this. It's like, look, if you play the numbers, if you play the mathematically sound game and just get your money in with the mathematically best hand every single time, long term you're going to win money. But you can go on a run where you lose all those hands, right?
Yeah.
How many of those how many bad beats do you need to have in a row before you're like, this is no longer possible? Like, this is, somebody's screwing me, like the deck is wrong, blasted. You know what I mean? Like, something is now tilting this game because this is not possible of a run to go on. Like, it can be pretty long. So that's what, like, the Bills are dealing with, right? They're looking at this and saying, we believe we're doing this the right way. We believe we're getting our money in with the best of it.
D'Angelo Pawns, baby. Yeah.
And yet we've come out on the wrong side of whatever this is, 6 straight, right? How many do you need before you're like, no, it's definitely broken?
Yeah. Because the risk is
it wasn't broken, and you just got unlucky because you're going up against good teams 6 times in a row.
I haven't checked it specifically. Does Buffalo have every other time they've run into injury issues, it's usually been on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, the fact that they faced Kansas City down like 6 starters 2 years ago. Last year they lose Benford, and
that's the thing, because none of these
this year they lose Oliver and they lose all their receivers. I know every team deals with injuries. Houston was missing people. Everybody's missing people.
But that's also why you can't just look at it and say, 6 straight L's or whatever. Like, you have to actually go back and say, what was the circumstance during this one, right? What was the and look, some of these are Allen had a chance and didn't get it done, and that's not a failing of, that's not a Brandon Beane failing. That's not a McDermott failing. It's a Josh Allen failing, and he's allowed to fail. Everybody is.
Yeah.
But like, they're not. You know what I mean? You can't. Instead, it's just like, well, 6 straight times, either Josh Allen is a bum or somebody let him down, so somebody's going to get fired. I mean, look, it gets harder to make the argument that you shouldn't with each subsequent similar failure. But I don't know how many you need to have before you can still make the argument that it's still fine.
Did you the point I was trying to make earlier that I don't think I completed properly was the idea that with all these firings, the GM has survived.
Yeah.
And it's just it's an interesting dynamic.
Not just survived, but got promoted.
Yeah, and it's almost but even it's like Joe Shane's going to be part of the search, and DaCosta's good, and Brandon Beane's promoted, and did you hear Steve Bisciotti's did you hear the statement he made about DaCosta? It was like, everybody's like, this dude is Tony Soprano here.
Yeah, where he was like, he knows that he's had a piece
He knows
of,
he had a bad year.
Yeah.
He knows what he has to do to fix whatever it was.
But he also said something like he knows the role that he's played in.
Oh, and getting our friend
yeah,
fired.
and it's like, but that's back to, did you need to fire him then? If you're saying it's at least largely this guy's fault, then why did we need to do this?
He said he woke up that morning and felt like it was the right thing to do. Kind of slept on it, woke up, felt Bisciotti, that
Right.
they had to move on from John Harbaugh. Well, obviously, it didn't happen on a whim. They started thinking about this. You
Yeah.
think about these things all the time, right? It's your team. So he didn't do it on a whim.
Yeah.
And so your options are blow the whole thing up. And again, here's the thing.
I'm just so fascinated by these like decision-making processes that take place.
Yeah.
Like we both came from a business where there was a guy who should have been fired years ago and somehow clung on for years. You're like, how did that happen, right? Meanwhile, I'm usually on the opposite side of the spectrum, being like, I feel like the coach deserves another year.
Yeah, give him another year. This one though, like when you move on from a coaching staff, that's a big turnover, but it's doable. I think that the front office infrastructure though.
Yeah.
Baltimore is strong. Like we know some of the inner workings there and the people that they have, and it's strong. That they have a history there. That's harder to give up. Even Cleveland, I think it's harder to give up the infrastructure that they've built. It's not impossible, but it's like harder to give up. It's easier to turn over a coaching staff.
I mean, I think it's much more of an unknown because you have theoretically a GM coming in can change literally everything.
Yeah.
Whereas the coach, there's a limited scope to what he's going to change.
Right. We had Schneider stayed in Seattle.
Yeah.
And and theoretically, the GM is above the head coach. I know, the Ravens, they had that fourth quarter. Hold up your fours.
What?
Hold up.
The hell is that?
Hold up for the fourth quarter.
Why?
Because it's the fourth quarter, and everybody needs to know it's the fourth quarter. Yeah, Malachi Toney passes every eye test.
Yeah.
You just watch the game.
This is a hell of a drive to answer, by the way.
It
block
really
punt.
is. The Beck 3rd and 6 was huge.
Yeah.
He doesn't make a lot of outside of structure plays. But theoretically, the GM's above the head coach, and they're at the executive level. They do the hire. They're part of the hiring process. So like part of that, I kind of get. Put it on Twitter. 4. Hold up your 4s.
What the hell is that? Seriously.
Every college player holds up a 4 at the end of the third quarter.
Why?
Because it's the fourth quarter coming up.
Right. Why does that require putting your fingers up to show people it's the fourth?
They probably did it back in the 1890s at Notre Dame, and it's caught on.
I mean, if I didn't already hate college football, that on its own would make me hate college football.
Holding up a 4. Ohio State game was good last year. This guy's saying it's the first good one we've had in a while. Yeah, this will be a good finish.
So there were a lot of memes when they made the McDermott firing.
Oh, jeez.
Of like, Harbaugh and Stefanski being mad that this happened after they signed their gig.
Legitimately, though, would you? Yeah.
Well, except with Bane being promoted, is that as good as it seems?
I think you're really hard on Brandon Beane right now.
I mean, I think Brandon Beane's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, he might be. I don't think he's done a poor job with the Bills.
I don't know that he's done a poor one, but I don't know that he's done I think his is the job that should have been under threat, and instead he got promoted. That would make me concerned about the situation alone.
I haven't completed my year-end analysis because the NFL season's still going on. I'll go back and try to tidy that up a little bit. I'll look at drafting teams, what teams have brought in. I want to do a little bit more of an analytical view. My feeling is since 2018, the Bills have had a top 10 roster.
Yeah,
outside,
but in this
outside
world
of Josh
right,
Allen.
but in this world of you've been banging your head against a glass ceiling in basically the exact same situation for like 6 straight years. how many of, like, since they traded away Stephon Diggs, you've had an obvious glaring weakness. Not only have you not fixed it, but you've actually denied and then bristled at people that suggested it was a problem in the first place. Like that, if I'm a head coach looking to come into this situation, knowing that I have a pretty significant problem here, and the dude that just got promoted is like acting that way about that problem, that doesn't make me feel good about this.
But when you had Stephon Diggs and after Stephon Diggs, you still had the same problem. You're 3 points worse than the team you're losing to in the playoff. Wow, touchdown. Walk-in touchdown, Mark Fletcher. Fourth quarter, man, 17-14. We got a game. Like, you keep pointing to the receiver thing.
Yeah.
But when they had Diggs, they ran into the same issue. The part we liked about their team-building effort, starting in 2018 with Allen and everything, was they had no offensive line, then they built the offensive line. They had no receivers. Remember, they brought in John Brown, Cole Beasley, and then went over the top with Diggs. Mm-hmm. And it felt like this brick-by-brick building, and it was great. But even when they had this, we would rank it as like a top 5 all-around receiving core, they still were 3 points short in every game. Okay, so they tried it differently. What if we don't have an alpha receiver and we spread the ball around and we're yak-centric? We put a little bit more resource on the defensive line. Well, they're still 3 points short. It's not like since they lost Diggs, they've dropped 5 to 8 points per game. Allen's production's gone down. Like when the Chiefs chose to move on from Tyreek Hill, the offense clearly took a hit. Not in 22, but eventually took a hit. But the defense got elevated, right? They replaced it with defense. That would be the failing, I would say. It's not that they replaced they get rid of Diggs and now they've got no X receiver, right? The failing is the defense isn't elite the way the defense didn't make the jump with the extra resources that you have from not investing in a wide receiver one. You might say, oh, they're number 1 in passing yards allowed or whatever. They had a good pass defense. They had a terrible run defense. We saw that they just gave up the lead against the Broncos. So, like, when Kansas City's offense went down, their defense went up. When Buffalo's offense lost an X, their offense remained the same, but their defense didn't take the jump. So it was ultimately, it's roster-wise, it's like a lateral move.
I don't think
overall.
their offense has stayed the same. I think their offense is worse now.
They run into some games where maybe they need that more, but
yes.
I mean, like high level overall, by any measure, it's like the same offense. And you could say, well, they just rely on Josh Allen too much. But I don't think so. They have a better run game now than they had back then.
I think
they balanced it out with James Cook and a good run-blocking offensive line.
They run into those games where they have problems, and those games are against the better teams. And now, they are too easy to defend as an offense, and it forces them into being Josh Allen-centric. And now Josh Allen doesn't have the guy at the end to make the play. Like, Josh Allen was forced into making the play, and he heaves the ball to Brandon Cooks, and Brandon Cooks didn't come down with it. Maybe Stephon Diggs comes down with that, and it's a catch instead of an interception. He doesn't have that guy anymore, and he's trying to do everything himself, and it's not there half the time. There's too many games against good teams where Allen is trying to make miracles happen, and sometimes he does because he's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
But I think they're notably worse against the best teams than they were. Even if the results are the same, like you're a play here or there away from it, I just think they're too easy to stop on offense now.
They just had a go-to
overall.
guy get open. I mean, look, I get it. I agree with that to a point. It's just when they had Diggs, like Kansas City fans will point to like 2023 had the key drop against the Chiefs in the big game, and even with Diggs they let us down.
My point being, I think everyone fairly universally agrees that wide receiver is a problem for this team at the moment, except the guy who just got promoted. So if you're the head coach looking to come into this team, that doesn't make me feel great about the situation.
It's a nice run.
Like, for example, Harbaugh in a similar spot in that maybe the GM is under pressure next year if they're not great, basically seems to have put his foot down and said, I'm not taking this job unless I don't answer this guy, right? Like, would he have done the same thing in Buffalo? I don't care if you just promoted this guy to chief football genius or whatever. I'm not answering to him because I don't trust him.
Yeah. You'd have to understand the inner workings and actually how much McDermott is a part of that too. Because Sam, we've heard stories too about this is why I don't want to be a GM. You're in a draft room, you make a pick, and if it's an offensive pick, defensive coach or coaches are like upset.
Sure.
I mean, like taking a breather out of the, there's a guy that they love.
Oh, remember like the famous the dude in the Philadelphia room who was
Oh yeah, they were fighting the Olympic
man.
McNeil,
Yeah.
Milton Williams thing.
right.
How did that work? Does someone want McNeil?
Yeah, I
And
think
they
the
took
guy
Milton
in the
Williams instead.
Eagles.
There goes Cooper.
I think the guy in the Eagles draft room wanted a Lim McNeil, and they took Milton Williams, and he was big mad over it.
He was big wrong about it too.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's the thing, right? That guy's gonna get butthurt and like literally start pouting like a child in the war
And
room.
it's not just offense versus defense; it's scouts and it's
Right.
the whole thing.
And he may be absolutely full of shit.
But did McDermott's a defensive guy? And look, if you were to isolate the Bills' failures the last couple of years, I would say defensive depth and injuries. And so they depth proofed. They added depth on the defensive line this year. They needed it.
But they forgot to bubble wrap Joey Bosa.
Yeah, I mean they should have sat him. Ran out of juice.
He really did. Uh-oh.
We liked them bringing in Khalil Mack last year, right? Before the Chargers brought him back. That was a great deal by the Chargers. I want to see what they did with him. They just gave him the 1-year deal. Going back to the Mayock thing, I think we could get Mayock, and I would want to do a watch along. I would want to do two different ones with one of a draft that he called and one that he was a part of with the Raiders.
I mean, I would love to get. I don't know if he's ever going to do this, but I would love
either,
to. I would love to get an honest answer to how that dynamic was working when it was him and John Gruden.
Was it really Gruden?
Who was making the calls on these picks? Is it true that once you got to like day 2 and 3, you were allowed to take over the draft, and that's why they always look better upside down? Like, how did this whole situation work? I don't think you'll ever tell anybody that, but I would love to know.
We need all the tell-alls. We can be the tell-all spot. All right, we got 11, 55, 54, 53, 3rd and 5. If Mendoza is going to be the number 1 overall pick, he shines on 3rd and long. If you look at all the 3rd and long numbers, I saw Lance Zierlein tweet him out today. I saw Nate Tice, who we can talk about Nate in a minute because he's had some fascinating QB takes in the last year or so. Loved how Mendoza handles 3rd down. This is a big one. Going downfield, there's a lot of grabbing and tugging, and Omar Cooper not looking for the ball.
Ton of contact, and he never found the ball.
He's getting grabbed, man. I mean, Cooper had the slot fade is their go-to. So he's getting, that's a bad penalty.
He's looking for it as well. That's why he never found the ball.
Are they going to go for it?
I mean, as much as I agree you were being held, maybe find the football first and then appeal for the flag.
We had a timeout from Signetti, who looks like Signetti. Very intense. Keon Coleman's generally weird, though. He does have some good plays.
I mean, look,
he's not consistently good.
He's A, being played out of position. B, appears to also be a maturity problem on top of everything else, which is muddying the evaluation entirely. But either way, it's a catastrophe of a draft pick.
Yeah. Could have had Ladd.
But that's also another hilarious one where it's like, how much of that, remember that his interview with them went viral when he was talking about golf?
Who's that?
Keon Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, oh, you golf? He's like, I'm Tiger wish he could, not Tiger Woods. And they were like, everyone cracked up, but it was great, right? Like, how much did they draft him just because they thought he was awesome as a guy? And it's like, turns out he's
a
just
character problem.
Right. It turns out he's actually like a goof off or whatever. And that's part of your problem. And that's why you drafted him over Ladd McConkey or whoever, Xavier Worthy down at the bottom. I mean, he didn't trade it out to then let somebody, but you effectively drafted him over Xavier Worthy because you were willing to trade out of that spot to not take him.
I mean, nobody's really happy with their receivers at that point.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, the Keon Coleman thing was clearly not the right pick, but you go back and look at all those guys right now, and you're like, which one was the right pick? Because
there was Xavier Worthy, Xavier Leggett.
A year ago, you would have said it was clearly Ladd McConkey, but he just disappeared for year two. Pearsall, Worthy, like none of these guys, Leggett has been terrible. None of these guys have been the answer.
I still like McConkey. I think he'd be good anywhere.
I mean, he's the one that you would go with at the moment, I think.
But
it's a lot less sure than it was a
Polk.
year ago. Ooh, that could have been worse, I suppose.
Yeah. So got another commercial break. What time the game start? 7:50. We're closing in on 3 hours.
It's unbelievable.
Just long games. Always. The longest one was when Georgia beat TCU by like 60. And you're just like, what? It was like 40-0 immediately. It's like, what are we doing here? 40-7.
This, by the way, is quite a funny ad to me. Boomer Esiason is out here selling life insurance, and the ad is set up because apparently Boomer's mother or parents or whatever died when he was young. Mm-hmm. So Boomer's like, so because I went through that, life insurance has been really important to me. You're like, you made you spent the last 20 years making millions of dollars. Your family doesn't need life insurance. How many million? How much money is currently sitting in your bank account?
Who's going to endorse it?
I'm just, tell
Boomer.
Theoretically, sure, because you suffered an untimely death of a parent, you understand life insurance. However, you individually have no need of life insurance.
Keenan Allen stole a lot of Ladd McConkey's production. 4th and 5, they're going. Here we go from the 37.
Got it.
Oh, is it offensive push-off or no? Charlie Becker, man. Charlie Becker. He's been the go-to guy. And Mendoza loves ripping that back shoulder. Has no problem with it.
Old-timers did make a lot less money, but he's also been employed by CBS for the last 20 years or whatever, so he's got a lot of money.
He had he's always been outspoken and everything, right?
Yeah.
He retired in 97 was his last year. He was doing ESPN by 98. He was on Monday Night Football by 99.
And he's on his own New York syndicated radio show.
Yeah. I'm just saying, again, in my world of watching old stuff, he was like, I feel like him and the other boomer, Berman, used to kind of like butt heads a little bit on ESPN. It was funny. There was like, sometimes you catch an on-air dynamic. I could be looking into it, or just people didn't mesh, didn't like each other, too brash. I don't know. Boomer was funny in his early years. I don't know if him and Al Michaels got along well in the booth. I thought he was good. I liked Boomer.
Yeah, I get the idea that he rubs a lot of people up the wrong way.
Yeah, I can see that. I liked him. We had a good experience working with him.
I think kind of like listening to him. I think he's funny. But I get the idea that a lot of people get pissed off by him quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we're in this situation, up 3. The analytically inclined teams like to, obviously everybody wants a touchdown, but you like to avoid going up 6.
Do you ever watch any of those Peyton's Places thing?
I don't think I ever went back and watched a full one. I've seen
They're
clips.
very good, actually. I haven't watched enough of them, but I finally went back and watched the one that he did with Chris Collinsworth in Cincinnati, which is how he got on PFF.
Oh, yeah.
It was clearly like a quid pro quo thing. Yeah, I'll do your Peyton's Places thing, but you got to come and do a PFF interview. Chris is explaining the difference between Kenny Anderson and Boomer Esiason. And he was like, if Kenny put the ball here, you knew you could keep running and there was nobody in front of you. He was like, if the ball was there, he's like, get down because you're going to get hit. He was basically like, Kenny was so accurate and so good to you that if the ball was here, you didn't have to think about a guy being in front of you. He was he was leading you into space.
If it was
you were
low,
fine.
he's protecting
right.
you.
He was like, Boomer would just throw an absolute laser beam no matter where you were. And he could be throwing that ball into hell.
That's great.
It didn't matter. It was coming 100 miles an hour at your face, and he may well have been leading you into like a wall.
That's funny. Have we told the Kenny Anderson story to the people yet? All the PFF stories coming out.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That's probably on the hard drive that Neil deleted. to install Windows.
I'll tell. There's only a couple hundred people watching here. We're good. So Ken Anderson, Chris's old quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he was MVP of the NFL in 82, 81 when they went to the Super Bowl. Watch his first game.
Chris's rookie year, right?
Yeah. His first game, he went like 1 for 11. I gotta look it up right now. Ken Anderson, because I never really saw him play, but it's Chris's quarterback. So his game log, 1981. Okay, week 1, the MVP of the NFL that year went 5 for 15 for 39 yards and 2 picks.
Wow. In
game 1, and then went on to win the MVP. Could you imagine today? No, it's okay. It's in week 1. Nobody remembers anyway.
It's like a Nathan Peterman stat line.
Yeah. Now in 81, he still ended up 29 touchdowns, 10 picks.
QB draw.
Oh, another
Got it.
4th and 5.
Oh, he's going to get it.
Oh, Mendoza, what a moment. Pause all stories. Mom can hardly believe it. What a run. We're going to hear it. Listen in the other room.
You're right, on a delay. 20 seconds. Yeah. It's going to be a whoop.
Still hasn't hit yet.
It's going to be a woman screaming.
Was that it?
No.
What a run. And what a call. Look at this fit. Oh, Tom Brady and the Raiders love that. How much do they love that?
That's game.
That was historic right there. I want to see this again. 4th and 5. Draw, lead block by the back. It's pretty sweet. And he's just bouncing.
And launching himself into the end zone.
Wow. Incredible. And the Mendoza family goes crazy.
All right, tell your Kenny Anderson story.
So Ken Anderson comes to the office. We had just built the studio. We have that little 2-man desk where you could fit a third, but it's a little snug. You could fit a fourth. It's really snug, but it was really built for 2. But you get sometimes 3. And Chris is like, Ken, we got to get you on it. We got to get your take on the quarterback class. It was the class of 2018. So it's Allen, Baker, Darnold, Rosen, Lamar. And so we did a video. And it's me, Chris, and Ken. And we record this video.
Those are not 3 small people to put that desk.
So we're all squeezed into the desk here. And Chris and then Ken's like, I haven't watched these guys. So he hasn't actually seen the quarterbacks that we're about to analyze. And so I would bring up a quarterback, and then I'd have to describe the quarterback. Josh Allen, huge, big arm, cannon for an arm, accuracy's a little all over the place. Baker, short, good arm, great production, accurate. Lamar, unbelievable runner, speed, quickness, accuracy's a little touch and go right now, whatever. And he would just give like a description. He's like, oh yeah, Baker, oh yeah, Drew Brees is short, and he does this. So he would just like use my description and then think of someone that I forget, and I don't know. We did 20 minutes or something on this thing, and at the end, thanks, Ken, appreciate it. And we're just like, and I go to Neil, I'm like, we can't put this out. Like, there's no.
Dude, can you imagine? I want to see.
No offense to Ken, like you didn't watch the guys.
I want to see that video now put out after the context of what they've become in the NFL. Like with knowing now what Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold are. Now I want to see the video. Like what's Kenny's take on them?
What did we take?
Right.
That's a lost with my Patrick Mahomes pre-draft interview that got lost on my hard drive.
Well, that just got lost for you. There's a hard drive of like all of the first however many hours of PFF videos got lost because Neil bought an editing computer, I think, like a PC for the editing bay, and decided to do it all himself, like build a computer, because that's what a CEO should be doing with his actual time. Built it himself, and then needed like to install Windows. and I, for some reason, used just purged the hard drive of all the first 100 gigabytes of PFF videos to have it as a boot disk and install Windows from it. So the first however many hours of PFF videos do not exist as a backup because
so sad.
Neil used that as a boot disk. That's almost certainly where that Kenny Anderson video was.
That's funny. How many people wanted to kick the field goal there?
What's the temperature like in Miami?
60, I believe. It's nice.
Nice.
It was nice. When we were there for the Super Bowl a couple years ago, it was comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
We went for a bike ride. It was fun. We need to find we should find a bike ride we could go on. No, San Francisco? Probably don't want to.
Well, we could bike around the poo.
Jeez.
Bike from poo to poo.
Any take the point? We got any people that wanted to take the points before that?
Steve's been eating cookies. I ate before I came out here and had some snacks before we went live.
I got the wings again. The Monday wing deal at Wingstop.
We do need at some point to do one of these and just order a DoorDash pizza and just plonk it there.
So I feel
just go to town with pizza.
I feel self-conscious.
I know.
Eating. I don't love it.
I feel like munching on a pizza with a microphone 6 inches from my face would not be a great user experience.
Yeah. But if you, again, I always ask the people if you guys are okay with it. I know some people care.
I mean, I feel like I could, eat to the side here and then come back for comments.
Super Bowl, I want to have a spread though. We're working on it.
Did she get back to you?
We got to get her contact. I was giving him a chance to give me the email, and now I got to dig it up.
I'm telling you, get onto LinkedIn.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were a big scam.
I don't think that would be a deluxe ASMR experience.
Oh, if we had the shrimp cocktail, though. What's he eating? 24-14. Miami's got to find some explosives here pretty quickly. Carson Beck's moment. Find Tony. Indiana, by the way, also uses 13 players on defense or 12 players on defense. Might actually be 11.
Not like every play, right? Because that would be
not every play.
That would be a real
illegal.
advantage.
It's not 11. It's 13. I don't know. It's 2 subs and that's it. Remember the old Niners did that? The Niners had 12 players on defense. They would go Sopoaga, the nose tackle, would come out, and the nickel would come in. And that was it. Base and nickel. We will not be getting Skyline.
Sopoaga was a beast. Dude was so strong.
Yeah, those old Niners teams were fun. There we go. Taking a shot down the field. It's not there.
Oh, he's got it.
But it's caught.
Wow, what a catch.
It's not caught. It's not caught. Ah, Brandon Cooks. Oh, somebody post a screenshot of it in his hands. I'm doing it. Watch.
Oh, he definitely has it for a bit. Wow.
Just post that screenshot. Catch.
Dude, he's got it most of the way. That's crazy. And then loses it and gets it back.
Oh, let's see how many people get my humor.
Nobody. You're going to get people so mad. Oh, I hope you get community noted again.
No, I can't screenshot on here.
Yeah, because of YouTube TV's copyright stuff.
You told me a way to...
You keep saying that. I don't remember that at all. You could just take a picture of the TV. You missed it.
I can take a picture of the TV.
Aaron, the editor in the chat, says, "Nice New Balances, Steve. Forgot how much of a dad you are."
It's not a dad thing. It's a size 16 thing.
It's like 2 shoes that you can get at that size.
Yeah. It's not a dad thing.
I mean, it's the dad thing as well.
I mean, they're cool, but
Nice.
big third and
Third and
15.
15,
Wow.
yeah.
Big conversion.
Got it again. Oh, he's got room to run.
Oh, he could take it.
No.
That's Tony. I know there's people there, but he's awesome. I swear you taught me how to do this. There's a browser extension.
I have no memory of that, but it's possible, I guess.
It was like right when we got YouTube TV, and you're like, oh, I fixed it.
Yeah.
And then I have to do it on each computer or whatever. Disable hardware acceleration. That's what it is. Sorry, I'm busy. Beck is all day.
Oh!
Oh, jeez.
Bear with us. Steve's just trying to work out how to get around copyright laws.
Forget it. I'll hang out. Forget it. I won't do it. Disable hardware. You taught me that. Maybe I Googled it, but I think you taught me. Deli subs. There's not good deli places around here. There's not a good place you just go get a good fresh sandwich here.
No,
in
there is.
Cincinnati.
That place.
Is there?
Yeah, that place on Main Street. The place we went with Neil.
Oh, that is right. And I was about to explain it. So yeah, that's a roast beef. That's a Boston roast beef place.
It's got the other sandwiches.
He's
are
gone,
good, too.
Tony. He's gone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
The other sandwiches they've got there.
What a
are good, too.
play.
Still alive. Suddenly, this game has offense.
Tony's so good, man. Best freshman since Jeremiah Smith.
I can't believe we got to wait another year for Jeremiah Smith. Like, can we just get him in the NFL already?
Especially in this draft. He might go number 1.
Right. Like, can we just wave him in?
Just wave him in. I don't have to custom order my shoes, but bigshoes.com is a more...
You serious? That's a site? There's bigshoes.com is where you shop.
Yeah. That's what Kelly gets. Kelly does my shopping.
Yeah,
I'm like, Kelly, find me some sneakers. Guess what pops up? New Balances.
Bigshoes.com.
Yeah. Shop by size, 14 to 21.
21?
See?
What do you have available if you're 21? Just 2 boots. You've got... That's your options.
It's all for 21.
You got size 21. You got 2 pairs of rubber boots.
That's
That's
because
it.
you wear those with shoes, so they're size 21. It's like wearing
Okay.
concrete boots.
So you get nothing until you get down to size 17. There are no actual, not even 17, 16. When?
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't working properly, clearly.
See? That's the place. That's where you do it.
What's the biggest size where you can actually get real shoes, not just a pair of rubber boots? Still 18, we're good. 19? 19, it's getting a little sketchy.
You can't just go to the store and get shoes. You know?
No.
What? Find me a nice pair of sneakers.
What size?
16.
16.
Find a nice pair of
Oh,
sneakers.
16, you got plenty of options at 16. Yeah, look, we can get you some LeBrons.
Oh.
Okay, some Air Force Ones.
Maybe Kelly's been skipping with her.
Yeah, I think you've been getting screwed here.
Brooks. I used to get a free $100 at Brooks every year with my Spalding glove deal. And $2,000 for winning the Cy Young, and $2,500 for winning MVP.
Your Spalding contract's like the funniest contract that's ever been signed by anybody for anything.
That's great.
You get inline skates.
Shout out to Spalding.
Yeah, you've been getting screwed. There's some air zooms. You got all kinds of stuff here.
I'll go back and look.
We got some Adidas.
Maybe it is a dad thing.
Believe that's how you Yankees say that?
Adidas, yeah. What do you call it?
Adidas?
No. For real?
Yeah.
You put the emphasis on wherever you want.
I got some Lacoste.
Ooh, solid.
Some, what are those things called? The Chuck thing?
Chuck Taylor's?
Yeah.
Converse? The Converse headquarters was in my hometown.
Of course it was.
I wore Converse. They were the only ones that fit for a while. I wore Converse back in high school hoops. We had a Converse deal.
This should be like, we should have done this as like a charity forfeit thing. Like the winner got to pick you a set of shoes. Comedy shoes from bigshoes.com.
Should do that. All right, I got a screenshot. We're good.
Because if I was choosing, this is what I'd hook you up with for the giggles. That would go well with your elf
Show
costume.
the crowd, yeah. That'd be good.
That would fit with your elf
Good with
outfit.
elf. So Mendoza had his moment. Malachi Toney had his moment. Beck had a big 3rd and 15. We got 6:37 left.
Just dip your feet in Flex Seal once a week, full-time shoes.
My blue shoes with my giant sweatshirt. Look, I'm not trying to match. This is a comfortable hoodie. I'll be honest. I got the SMU hoodie, which I want to wear every day. It is so comfortable. The Pony Express one. And
Pony
I
up.
decided. I think I wore it on the last stream, so I was like, I'll mix it up. I'll wear the Giants one.
Mix it up.
I'm gonna wear this to Buster Posey's office. All right, Indiana. What are they gonna do here? Imagine if if Indiana took the field goal, they'd be losing.
Good beard.
Any other San Francisco food recommendations? We need more. Not that we can't find them, but I want all the seafood I can eat. Here we go. We got Pistol. Oh, Dan's hating this. Pistol wide zone coming up. Hates it. Hates it.
Oh, it's not going
Can't
anywhere.
run boot off of it. Oh, yeah. I dress for comfort every day.
That's why I have these shoes, because they're the most comfortable shoes in the world. I also own about 20 pairs of them because they stopped making them.
That's right. That's smart. Ike's in San Francisco. Buena Vista. Ike's. All right.
Good Irish coffee. So my dad has this thing, right, where he goes around the world, and everywhere he goes, he orders an Irish coffee because almost nowhere makes it properly, right?
So he's testing everybody.
Yeah, and invariably disappointing himself when they make a shitty Irish coffee, right?
Super.
So every now and again, you just get like a picture of some god-awful abomination that he's been charged for as an Irish coffee. You're like, why are you still doing this? Like, they're going to, it just seems self-defeating.
But is he like you? He's doing it to just be mad at everybody about it? That's how you...
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he just goes there and he's like, Irish coffee, and invariably they come back with something that just bears no resemblance to an Irish coffee. But it just seems, I mean, if I knew that, ordering something 90% of the time was going to result in a crappy version of whatever it was I was looking for, I would stop ordering it.
You'd stop at some point? There hasn't been a national title game within 11 points since 2017. You don't get a lot of close games in college. You just don't. You don't get a lot.
Meanwhile, you got people out there being like, this is the best form of football.
Oh, Peter Burns got burnt on that one. Smoked.
I mean, it was a pretty stupid take to begin with.
He agreed a couple days later when the NFL dropped 3 buzzer beaters. Ooh, big stop. We get another one. 3rd and Mendoza.
3rd and Mendoza. Yeah, that's a big play.
Now, the Mendoza name has negative connotation in baseball, Sam.
Yeah?
The Mendoza line.
I know that. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's from, though.
Was it Minnie? Minnie Mendoza. He was such a bad hitter. Let's watch. 3rd and 7 here. Four-man rush for Miami. Here we go. Now 3-man. He got time. And he goes back shoulder to Becker again.
Always with the back shoulder.
Back shoulders.
Nailed it.
Just trust your receivers.
That's game.
Doesn't even have to be a great throw. They win it. The Mendoza line is 200 batting average.
Right.
Because Minnie Mendoza was always lurking around there, and people made fun of him and said, that's a Mendoza line.
Okay.
So
That's just a bad place.
It's a negative. He hit 188 in his career.
So a 200 batting average is just bad.
Oh. They just got it in the other room.
Yeah. Are they in the art thing there?
Go Hoosiers! How's that?
Didn't
Just
fly.
Solidarity. Always got room.
First down.
I was going to say stay in bounds. I don't think it matters.
But the Mendoza line is it's just like bad.
200 batting average is called the Mendoza line.
And that's just bad.
Yeah.
So it's not even like we used to have the Kirk Cousins inflection point or whatever. It's not even that. It's just
it's
this
worse.
It's just a bad place.
It would be like the John Skelton inflection
But
point.
it's not like, but it isn't used like that. It's just like this is just a bad number.
Yeah, you're down at the Mendoza line, meaning you suck.
Right.
You're hitting 200. What a play. Historic touchdown from Mendoza.
I think you're getting a lot less bank shoulder stuff in the NFL because of how much less man coverage is being played.
It's a good point. You're really not seeing much of that, huh?
There's so much bail technique and outside leverage and zone coverage.
Yeah.
Like you're not seeing the old school bump and run, turn to the outside.
That's a good point with Rodgers, too, right? Like that's what he loves so much doing. You don't get a lot of back to the ball.
Well, that was my thing with
defenders.
That's part of why I think Russell Wilson aged like crap is because the league changed around him, and suddenly the stuff that he liked to do just disappeared.
Mario Mendoza, sorry. You guys.
Like shuffling forward like that is one of the movements that my destroyed back will not do.
I was thinking Minnie Minoso and Mario Mendoza all at the same time. I apologize. So, thank you to the chat. Who said that in the chat? Taxi Mike. Yeah, okay. Mario Mendoza, his career batting average is 221, 180, 185, 198, 218, 198, 245, 1980, 231, 118. So he's always lurking on either side of 200, so they called it the Mendoza line.
Mm-hmm.
I screwed up for a minute. That's funny. I would say that would be the he's Tim Boyle. It's like Tim Boyle. Right? It's like the stats are always so bad, but you're still playing. Like the Boyle line would be like a 4-13 touchdown to interception ratio.
He's so bad though that like I don't even understand how he's still in the league.
But I've used a different comp. His comp is Kevin Jarvis, the pitcher, who had 10 years of up and down with the majors and never had a good stat line.
What is the McGill Big Three?
I don't know. Was that just brought up?
Somebody says I have to do that for my bank. McGill Big Three for core stability.
Oh, here we go. I love our people.
What is it?
Where else can you have someone correct you on who the right Mendoza is and get you the 3 exercises you need to stabilize your back?
Curl up, side plank, and bird dog, apparently.
Yeah, I know. Side planks.
The big 3.
Usual side plank. The bird dog, is that like the cat-cow?
What?
Type thing? Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's your side plank.
Yeah. The bird dog.
Oh,
So
that's
that
right.
bit.
One up.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
There you go. That's good.
One of the subheadings in this article is reawaken those sleeping glutes.
I had a really great thoracic mobility exercise that I always felt like I had to do before I pitched. Just open up. Thoracic mobility is huge for power athletes.
The back is usually fine. It's just I showed you. I sent you the little anatomy diagram. I diagnosed the thing. It's what were those, the serratus majors, whatever the thing.
Yeah.
Like 3 tiny little stupid muscles that run in the middle of your back, like subcutaneously somewhere in the middle of everything, that just ruin your life when you've somehow pulled one of them.
Just ruin your life. Yeah, just get your glutes strong, really. Affects everything. All your back problems. Glute strength.
I figured that.
Are we going to work out on the road?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I figured that because this thing is stopping me working. I've reached this irritating. You remember when Neil used to always talk about if he didn't work out for a couple of days, he went kind of crazy and nutty. And, you know, I get that, but also find it really easy to not do it. So I have the worst of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
Like I find it very easy to just not work out for like a month.
Oh, yeah.
But whilst I'm doing that, I'll be like, man, I should be working out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
So it's the worst possible dynamic. But this, with the stupid back, means I can't really do anything.
You're going to have to do it anyway.
Muscles are subcutaneous. The diagram I was looking at gave me like 3 depth levels of musculature in the back. It's at the second one. It's below, lats and stuff.
Second and 1 for Indiana. As Mitchell Schwartz points out, second and 1's better than first and 10 for Indiana here. Trying to run clock. Carson Beck. Feeling the disappointment. I think it might be a good time to reveal to our few listeners here in my secret predictive college football model that I'm working with college teams on. And if you are a college GM, you should call me. My top 2 teams before the season were Indiana number 1, Miami number 2. And I'm not making that up. Ole Miss and Texas Tech also in the top 4. And I'm not trying to predict who's going to finish in the top 4. I'm trying to predict team strength that teams can actually use in the portal. Add players there, subtract players there, see how your team score changes. Indiana 1, Miami 2. So call me, college teams. I got some answers. I got some answers for you. So I'm already working a little bit on the consulting side, but
They were 100. You should just
fair game for everyone.
They were 100-1 before the season. You should just put the farm on them.
I'm aware.
They would have made more than your consulting gig.
I am aware of what that would have entailed. Steve's ad read for Steve. Player Evaluation Services, PES, that's my company. Call me. Call me, colleges. Call me, athletic directors. I can help you. See, that was a big false start. We're down to 3rd and 5 here. Conversion ends it. Cuban's already bought another QB. He bought Josh Hoover. So Signetti, I listen to a ton of college. I love college coaches' interviews because it's a lot of coach speak, but they'll tell you about players here and there. Curtis Rourke from last year, when they got him in the portal, Signetti did not say anything nice about him in the preseason interview. It was kind of like, he's the best available. He can move a little bit, make some throws. He was basically like he was the best available. You could almost sense disappointment that he didn't get a better quarterback. And then they go to the playoff. He's playing banged up, and he had a good year.
Kind of like Curtis Rourke.
Right, I get it. But he's just like so honest all the time. And you could kind of sense he was like, he's all right. And then they go and get Mendoza. And I didn't hear anything when he said preseason, but you could tell that they get Mendoza, they're getting Hoover, they're getting some good quarterbacks now. 3rd and 5, 151 left. They going to run it? They are. Wide zone, cut back.
Nope.
This is a tough one, man. I don't think you want to kick the field goal here. I don't think you want to kick a field goal. One play to win it with Mendoza coming off a QB draw, legit 4th and 5. Mitchell Schwartz was correct. 2nd and 1 was good for Indiana until they had a pre-snap penalty.
Yeah, then that became a problem.
Yeah. They're going to kick the field goal, though.
Cowards. Nico Radicic.
Calling it risky. This is a risky move, taking the point. Risky kicking a field goal with Malachi Toney on the other side. Risky.
I think they may have just signed or got an Irish kicker or a punter as well.
Could you keep track of these guys? Could you send one
Other people are keeping track of it.
to my team?
I got you the pipeline. We already interviewed Tyke. You get him in. I told Brad. I was like, hey, Brad, you want the Irish pipeline? I got the guy.
I'll find out when we need a kicker. Anyway, my predictive team score model is dependent on, it'll be great marketing for me all offseason if I walk into the athletic director, the head coach, the GM, and say, look.
I predicted the 100-1 shot.
Yeah. Indiana 1, Miami 2. You could be here. Insert your team here. I can to show you all the moves you got to make in the portal to get there. So I'm for the model, we're rooting for Indiana here. So again, the field goal thing is, now that you're down 6, Miami's in 4-down territory. You get the stop clock on first downs. 4-down territory, they know they need a touchdown. If they get it, game's over. If they only had 3 to go, they're not going for it on 4th down. They're less likely to be as aggressive, more likely to kick a field goal to tie it. Plus, you give yourself the option on 4th and 4 to end the game. So that's the game decision there.
Oh, Ray Lewis. Wow, that is a Miami fit right there.
Now,
what do you think Ray was telling Carson Beck?
This thing just lost. There we go.
Is it easier to be a place kicker or a punter as a rugby player? It's probably not. Either. You've got to do both, really, if you're a kicker as a rugby player. So I think Tyke said that, like, those guys, he's had, that guy Ross Bulger was doing both at wherever he was, Idaho State or something like that.
A couple other points really quick, though. College kickers are worse. Hash marks.
Yeah.
And you don't have the field position issue of the NFL. You start at the 20 here. Or at 25, not the 20.
The hash marks would be why I would be really interested in these Tyke leader rugby guys, because rugby players kick from all over the field. Like, you laterally go, you don't kick from straight in front of the post every time. Like, those guys are kicking from the sidelines sometimes.
Somebody tweeted at me, Ryan Clark will tell you it's Fernando Mendoza's fault if they lose. Ryan. All right, here we go. 2nd and 15.
I just need to know what Stephen A. Smith's take is.
How many players does he know on both teams?
1.
What happened there? Oh, Beck just got smoked. And it's flagged. Is he injured enough that the backup's coming in? No, he's not.
No. He's not coming in.
No, he's injured enough to sell the roughing.
Yeah. That left tackle is huge.
He looks like he's 6'11",
Yeah.
450, the left tackle.
He looks
for Miami.
crazy top heavy as well.
Yeah, everything about he's just. I use the word engulfs a lot, like where they're Orlando Brown coming to legitimately engulfs blockers. He's not great. He gets beaten, but
How tall is he?
he's listed at 6'9", 345. Look how huge he looks.
Yeah, but he looks so tall.
I know. Like he almost blocked Beck's throw with his head. Here we go. First down, clock stops. To reset it, it's back up. We're at 122, 121. Beck's looking down the field.
Snag.
Oh, man. A late 6-7 yarder there for Tony. Did you see the one-handed catch he had the other day? I don't think it counted, but it was insane.
Nope.
He just landed out of bounds. Look at this, man. What a game. Down 6, minute left. Beck's got the ball. Indiana sending 4. He's got C.J. Daniels to the outside. Can't get out of bounds. Not a huge deal. Clock will stop for the reset. 52 seconds left here. 27-21 Indiana. And the next, Kevin Harlan. 50 seconds left. Running again. We get a timeout on the field. It's going to be called by Indiana. Their final timeout. Final timeout used with 50 seconds. 48 on the clock. No timeouts left. Now, Chris Webber might use a timeout. Are you old enough to remember the Chris Webber fiasco? Final 4, I think it was the finals. Grabs a rebound, grabs the ball, calls timeout so they could set up one final shot. However, Michigan did not have any timeouts left.
Oh.
Technical foul. Chris Webber play. Mark Smith in the chat. Wife is yelling for Beck to get checked out for a concussion. This isn't the NFL.
Where's
This isn't the NFL, son. There's no third party cross checking. Guy got hit.
Where's Herbie's chunky gold chain? Is that only an NFL feature?
Maybe he's got a different audience. He just brings the dog. Oh man. That guy, I'm telling you, he's saved face with all the Florida State fans just by posting his dog. Here we go. Carson Beck, 1st and 10, 51 seconds. 4-man rush, quick pressure. Oh, he's got it. It's picked off.
Game. What are you doing?
It's picked off. And Indiana is going to win it.
That was not ideal, Carson.
Underthrown deep ball. He doesn't throw it that well. Mendoza and Indiana do it. Wow. And it just happened in the other room.
Yeah.
You did it!
Where is that coming from?
Could be the first floor. They're excited.
No, it's like close.
Unsportsmanlike. Indiana. Who cares? Ball game. Wow, what a finish. So that's why you don't love Beck as he missed that by a mile.
Yeah, that was hashtag not good.
Feel for him though.
All right, what is this?
Little redemption story. Followed his girlfriend to Miami. They broke up.
All right, I mean the safety's always there. Yeah, that's.
He just underthrows it to the corner.
That's pretty terrible.
So I mean, like his arm's not great.
I mean, that was just never on.
Yeah. Is it inaccurate or is it just an underthrow? Bad, like it's just bad ball.
It's just cheeks, start
Bad
to
ball
finish.
all around. Read everything. Signetti has finished. Good for Signetti. What a story.
First ever 16-0 team.
Because you don't have, no one's ever played 16 games.
Whatever.
Ohio State did last year, I think, but 15-1, 14-2. Wow. Indiana, what a story.
Only two 16-0 teams in history, them and the Patriots.
True. Miami Dolphins don't get to celebrate this one. Uh-oh, don't take a safety.
That is pretty close.
Dude, imagine if he fumbled. Could you imagine?
Or just step back too far.
He's smiled. Signetti has smiled.
Actually, didn't the 72 Dolphins, didn't they make it to like 17-0 through the playoffs?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
They were 17-0. Indiana has done it. National champs. Mendoza, Heisman, and a national title, and going number 1 overall. Who did that last? First time since Burrow? They're celebrating down the hall here. Got some Hoosiers down the hall on our floor.
We are pretty close to Indiana.
Yeah, we are. Renner's upset. They're second best team in Indiana, Notre Dame. You don't see these types of turnarounds much. He's going to smile for the first time.
No, he's not.
Workman-like Indiana. That was a good game. Did you enjoy it? That was a good game. Entertaining college football game for your one this year.
Yeah.
We're not going to do an instant reaction. Do you want to do an instant reaction?
No, I don't.
Okay. Go through all the plays. Indiana, a football school.
Powerhouse now. Well, there you go. There's a smile. Finally.
The man is smiling. What a final run. The what proved to be the game-winning touchdown by Fernando Mendoza. I like that whole team, though, man. The secondary, the back seven total, the linebackers, feisty D-line.
Michael Irvin must be big mad.
Oh, man. They didn't show him much, did they? A couple times. Good for Indiana. So the risk paid off. Kicking the field goal. Oh, man, we got to listen to Fernando.
Oh, God.
Is that her?
I don't know, but if it isn't, you just look like a weirdo.
I'm just giving her a thumbs up. Pretty pedestrian stat line there, Fernando. It was a tough Miami defense, though. Oh, I thought she asked him to flex. He's bleeding from the mouth, the arm. He's not an interview, he's a story teller. He's so excited. Who's he talking to now? Wow. Well, Kirk doesn't have to work for 7 months, 8 months.
Great. Train the rest of his dogs.
He hasn't slept in months. But now he gets to rest. Just post pictures of the dogs. Go to Reds games. All right. We're going to wrap it?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, everybody. That was fun. watch a little college football, get Sam into it. Every time you watch a national title game, it's a close one, Sam. That's good. That was fun.
Well, it might actually be
We
true.
haven't had a game. We haven't had a national championship game like this in a long time, and you got to be a part of it and experience it. So, anyway, we appreciate everybody for joining us. We'll be doing this for the Super Bowl. Appreciate everybody, the new members, the people that were gifting memberships. Appreciate all you guys. Everybody, have a good night. We'll see you Wednesday. More Check the Mic.